Why don't you do this more often? No one trusts a black man to do anything.
Wow. Nah, don't want to. Plain and simple. It's a lot of work.
This is account manager business right here.
My brain wasn't built to jump back and forth between these things.
Japanese.
Coordinate a show.
Like,
do my job.
You're an intelligent guy.
You speak Japanese?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You didn't know?
No.
Oh,
I'm fluent in 3 languages.
Really?
That's why he's on this show. We got to balance.
When did you learn
this?
Oh, it's my. This goes into it.
Okay.
But started in middle school, became a minor. So.
Oh shit.
I was like, let me.
I know a nigga who works for NASA. We need to get him on here to really balance it out, right?
Sophisticated black men.
Hardworking man.
Sure.
You got the intelligent man. You just got this nigga right here.
You're the hardworking man.
Yes.
No, I am not.
No, time out. I am done trying to break up and classify us as different groups.
No, we're not
all of the above.
Okay.
You're not among
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
You're intelligent. I'll put it this way. I don't keep non-intelligent people in my circle.
Same. I really don't.
I feel blessed.
That's important. That's an important thing.
I feel like the help. You was strong. You was intelligent.
Use is healthy.
You was alive.
Yeah.
The movie, even the black people who made it regret. Hey, I don't blame them. Are we good? Key?
Hey, time out. Yeah, I speak 3 languages too.
Oh.
English, Vietnamese, and BS. Well, then I speak 4 because I feel you on that last one.
Yeah, I think we all speak that. Everyone here, at least.
No, I'm not even kidding you. My homegirl, she hit me up yesterday. She was like, "Hey, I could use some help on, some job stuff." And then, me, I love helping out with job stuff.
Absolutely,
I just like doing that.
You do.
So she was like, and I was like, "Your resume's stacked. You don't really need me to like chime in on you." She was like, "No, I need your BS powers." I said, "Oh,
okay."
At first, I was kind of caught off guard because I was like, "I'm an honest man." She was like, "No, but you know how to make yourself feel good and look good through your application." I was
Fake it till you make it type.
I was like, "No, I don't fake it."
Well, you don't, but I mean for them.
But I said, her resume was excellent.
No, look, honestly, when you were a bouncer working 4 jobs, like the Jamaicans from In Living Color.
Right.
Yeah,
hey, man.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you were you were same TJ.
Same TJ.
I wouldn't know if you didn't have money or not. You did because you worked 18 jobs.
I need to catch my linguistics up, nigga.
So, yeah.
I only know one language.
Nah,
I need to catch my linguistics up.
So I think there's always this daunting thing that comes with learning a language, but it's like anything else, right? You really think about it like, oh, I have to learn this entire language. But honestly, it's like breaking it up over the course of a year. So if you really like, you can accelerate that, right?
Yeah.
You want to, so I'll put it this way. I'm trying to pick up Spanish right now. And so with Spanish, I'm like trying to fast track it because I'm going to Cancun in November.
That's what's up.
Babble. I don't know.
No, but you use apps, right? And I'm like, cool, I dedicate 3 days a week to like focusing in on setting like at least a couple hours in Spanish.
Nice.
Like on like whether that's on the platform or whether that's on like, whether that's reading, whatever I can do. Unfortunately, just for some context here, like if you're in Texas, you've taken a Spanish class, so it's not like you're going in blind, but it's like actually trying and giving a care.
I had a bad experience in my Spanish class. I've talked about it, but it's fine. But yeah, no. I've started learning other languages. I just never really
commit.
Yeah. Like I started learning French.
You have a
really
life,
right? No, I started learning French when I was like 14, and from about 14 to 15, learning like ABCs, 1 through like 100.
Yeah.
I got most of it, but phrases, things like that in Portuguese because I always loved Brazilian women. I just thought it'd be useful.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
But never, not to your extent, not fluent at really anything except English and barely that.
I wouldn't even say because like, how do I put it? I think the easiest way to learn any one language is really to put it into practicum, right? And so just be honest with like a friend and I open up to my coworkers. I said, hey, you know what? Trying to pick up Spanish. The one thing I'll never do again is tell my job that I actually speak multiple languages, not because I don't love my job, but because they said, whoa, you speak multiple languages.
Right.
I know it was a bit of a minute since someone was like, oh, but we actually want to use that. I said, y'all using my talents, I appreciated it
right
from a core being, but I was like, man, now I feel awkward. Go ahead.
How many languages do you speak exactly?
3.
3?
Like 3? Like you mean
fluently?
Fluent? Oh, okay, 3.
So we got
English, Japanese, Shona, Right.
which is
Zimbabwe.
okay. Got it.
Nice.
And I won't even say, and I'll put that with this asterisk. Like, if you're anybody who's an African child, like, it's more so.
Aren't we all
Like,
African children?
yes, actually. Those with the closer association.
We
with
need to
the
have a
motherland.
Blaxcellence about that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, don't. There's
that-
a Blaxcellence about every topic, Tommy.
Hell.
That's the problem. We can talk about anything.
So many
We struggled
things.
with the title
We got-
today.
we got a-
I said, I don't know what the fuck. We can talk about everything.
We got a backlog of shit we
Right,
can fucking
right,
talk about.
right.
There are at least 7 shows. 7 shows.
Word.
That
Off the top of your head.
Right.
Yeah.
there could be a Blaxcellence every week. We just keep things in a rotation.
We are talking about one that I wanted to talk about tonight. For
We are talking about
very
one
long.
that
I think we all have to.
about.
I know your ass got to talk about it. I know we haven't talked about it before. But I can only assume. You are? Exactly. So yeah. You know.
I mean, we just got off a dating subject, but it wasn't like it didn't tackle this area. We got a lot of
no
fun.
one tackles this
We
area.
do have fun topics today. We do have and the reason, and I'm gonna keep this a going, right?
Right,
And so
right.
anytime we gotta get a little serious, which actually, today's topics probably will get a little crunk on some of them. No.
It'll be playfully crunk on some topics. Some
Oh
topics.
no, some very crunk. Like, I'm gonna be honest. This next one we got to talk about, the first one, I'm getting.
I'm
real.
very.
It's heavy-handed, and we got to be serious about that specifically. But
Yeah.
So but we still gonna try our best to put a
We'll bring it
No,
back.
I'm not bringing humor.
We'll bring that around.
We'll bring it around though.
Yeah.
But,
we'll end on a lighter note. That's
Well,
how
yeah,
it's
well,
set.
we're closing
Like,
out on a
perfect way to
topic that
put
we
it.
genuinely have really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Well, that'll be a perfect time to have the break.
Yeah, that'll be
give you
give you
palate
guys some
cleanser.
give you guys some
you
cool
know?
down time.
Right.
But so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try and carry this forward. Anytime
All
you
right.
see that lovely starting line of real talk, just anticipate some additional extra crunkness in that
Yeah.
conversation. Whether that
Not
be
many jokes. The level of jokes to
Yeah, it might-
serious
it-
shit
yeah,
will be askew.
there might
but
be
it's
some
fine.
balancing we'll need to do.
Right. We'll do that later.
I'm just laughing at this shit. Like, I know we gonna go off on the fucking second topic. I know the first topic is serious, but like that second
That
topic is
second
like
topic.
that's like one of the stylos
Yeah,
or pillars in the black community
It's gonna
right
be
now.
very TikTokable.
Yeah, I put it. We all kind
Might
of
as well prelude to that right off the jump.
we chimed in, and
This was my idea. I started this. No, I put it in the chat. No one responded. I think you might have later on. Thank you for that.
So
he did.
But
He
you
did.
know I don't
didn't.
read the chat.
I got work to do.
He does. We all got work to do.
No. So what happened was I called up Sammy. I said, okay, cool. Like, I don't want to double tap on the black nerd culture thing. We can bring that back whenever we want to. We talked a little bit about nerd stuff this week.
Right.
And so what's some topics you can throw my way? He was like, oh, you can talk about the, LeBron James son thing, right? And I said,
Did you not hear about it before?
no, I was in the cave. Dog,
Nigga, if you went to the chat, you would have. I put it out there. The picture is a meme. Like it's great.
I got feelings. Just a little bit of feelings.
I know
But we're
you-
going to be hitting on
We'll
a
be
lot of
honest.
different things
Yeah.
today. But to start it off, let's start it off light. Not let's say. Oh, wait, time out.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean, we acknowledge the chat, dog. We just.
No, you do it.
Who asked him that question?
Time out.
Who did that?
I'm
We
defending
acknowledge the
whoever
chat. We
that
just
is.
haven't. I was letting people cook a little bit.
No,
This is
you
the pre-show.
acknowledge them right away.
10 minutes in the goddamn show. Chill out.
Let 'em cook.
No, acknowledge the people. God damn it.
Hey,
Please.
come on. I like to do it at the start of the show because the pre-show gets cut. So that's why I like to do it at the start of the show with
He
the
uses
chat.
some of it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, the chat deserves the spotlight. That's why.
Yeah, we were
absolutely.
going to introduce you
But
in
no,
the main
like,
show.
my bad.
We're
That's
letting
on
you
me.
file
That's
in.
on me. What's up, chat? How y'all guys doing? I know
Yeah.
we got Rakeen in here who said, how y'all Blaxcellence crew? How are y'all doing today?
Doing okay.
We're doing okay.
Been better.
Very niggerish.
We do.
That's his opinion. And that does
The opinions of the Blaxcellence podcast do not reflect the opinions of
Send
the
all your
entire
hate mail
Blaxcellence
to me. Sammy's apartment.
I'm like,
This is the beauty of this show.
Yeah, I felt-
That's the thing.
I just feel hurt because I'm really good about chats. I like the chat.
No, I do
But it's
too.
all good. No, I want to give them a shout out.
Yeah,
But you got Senior 2 phones who said, "Hey Tommy, make sure you're drinking your water, please."
always.
And we got Dean Classic #2. This, I like I said, I'm not gonna blame no one but myself. You right. You waited what? 10, 14 minutes? I gotta
For
give you the
what?
spotlight. before I give some acknowledgement. We haven't kicked off the show properly yet. But you know what? For you, let's start it off right. But we're actually going to start off with a quick topic before we dive into the seriousness. I did manage to pull it up. So Tommy, before the show, he had mentioned that there was a little thing that I hadn't seen. Jordan, have you seen it?
No.
It's glorious.
We're just going to kind of go into this blind.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
It is awful, but glorious at the same time. If you want to talk about comeuppance...
Let me see if I can...
Actually, you know what? I take it back.
Is it happenstance?
I found out what happened after this.
It's 14 minutes, so...
Oh, fuck. That's the long version.
That's the long version.
Go to TMZ. They got the short version.
I'm going to put the screen on y'all for a second. But Tommy, paid some context.
Yeah, whatever you Google that with TMZ included in it. So basically what happened was, I think it was Indiana, a pastor, confessed to his congregation that he has sinned.
Okay.
Via the flesh.
Okay.
Carnal desires, if you will.
4 minutes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said
damn, you right. Tell me, you said, whatever you Google the TMZ version.
Always.
It cut down 10
no matter
minutes.
what it is.
The juice. I was on Facebook
matter
Watch.
what it is, it will give you a digestible version.
No, stop it.
Yeah.
Go to the
do
TMZ version, but go ahead.
Yeah. But Indiana pastor confessed to his family that he has committed adultery and decided to do it in front of his congregation. Full transparency,
Okay. I got it pulled up. So you want me to play for the people?
He does it. Yeah, he does it. And the congregation claps, courage. You repented, all that good stuff. But it ain't over.
It ain't over.
Someone basically crashes the stage and fucks his shit all the way up. The truth comes out. And it's so much more fucking awful, fucked up, and disturbing than you would think.
In the name of the Lord.
Yes. Go for it.
Man, y'all. Ass.
No. We'll get to that whole thing.
Still church going. This is hard, man.
But I'm not. So, yeah, I'm sorry. We'll be friends afterwards.
It was nearly 20 years ago. It continued far too long.
This is him confessing to the congregation.
And there's been no other, nor any other.
Fast forward that a little bit. You'd be good.
Oh, no, I want that build-up.
Oh, you okay? Yeah.
Give us a little build-up.
If it's only 4 minutes, go for it.
To defend, protect, deflect my past sin. I have no defense. I committed the adultery. In accordance with our church bylaws.
Now, I'm already going ahead and point out. See, pastor bullshit. That like you smell.
It's a lot of pastor
It's
bullshit.
that position talking.
Yeah.
But the person that's holding the phone, they know something's about to happen. They like, we prepared for this. Oh, girl done told the person to record this video.
Record this.
Hey, record this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck his shit up.
Posterity. We need this.
I mean, you had to have somebody on the ready, which respect, because I know the context
escalates quickly.
But let's go ahead and we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm stepping aside, stepping down from ministry responsibilities, and have committed to the Lord and now to you that I will submit to the process and recommendations of this board. If you love us, please let us talk.
At this point, someone's crashed the stage.
I lived in a prison. It was not 20 years. I lived in a prison of lies and shame. Lying to protect the Lowe family. For years, I thought I was a horrible person having suicidal thoughts, not realizing what had been truly done to me. That I was a victim, and I would still be in a prison if my brother, and many of you know him, Edgar Wolf, had not approached me just 2 weeks ago with what he had seen as a teenager that bothered him all these years. His pastor in bed with his younger sister, a t-shirt and underwear on. People knew but were too afraid to come forward, and they have now. The lies and the manipulation have to stop. I was a prisoner and you kept me in your prison. I'm a prisoner no longer. I was just 16 when you took my virginity on your office floor.
Nah.
Our God is an awesome God. He raised from heaven above.
That's fucked up. This is why I don't go to church. If people wonder why, it's shit like this. It's the fact that pastors, people who are supposed to be leaders,
but
of
it's
other
not.
people,
It's not every church, but it seems
But
like
I feel
it
like
seems like
it's
the
a
ones
lot.
that we do highlight the most are the ones that are the fucked up ones.
it's a few good ones.
Yeah, there's a few.
A few.
I mean, I used to believe in Creflo Dollar, but I don't believe in him anymore. Bishop Eddie Long, same way. I don't believe in those pastors anymore. I think
But
they
they
just
had to prove you wrong.
No. So check it, right? First of all,
It's like a statute of limitation that's run out or some shit. Because
in the church. It's forever.
I mean, no.
I feel like this motherfucker should be in jail.
So
no?
I don't know the timing of things. There are some nuances here, but ultimately, look, time out. I want to make sure that I'm serious when I tell them, girl, this shit's fucked.
It's fucked up.
My God.
Incredibly fucked up.
My God.
I mean, the level of fucked upness. And the sad part I was going to tell you about the prologue, I guess, to this fucked up shit. She got it off her chest. She told everyone it's viral. So that's good. At least this fucking motherfucker is out there now as being a pedophile, because that's exactly what the fuck he is. No allegedly to it. If that's true, that's what he is. And the simple fact that after this, it's some members who walked out, of course, and a lot of them forgave him. Of course, it was a whole other standing O for his,
really
confession. Yeah.
Of course.
some Jim Jones shit.
Yeah.
Because, look, so...
The problem I have with organized religion.
So check it. I'm put my context out there. Not going to dive in too deep. But, much like what Jordan attested to, right? I didn't have a negative experience growing up with, church, religion, all that kind of thing. It's not to acknowledge or say that there wasn't negative things that I'm aware of now. But in terms of in any institution that I visited growing up, never had one of those things happen. That said, look, from a pastor to a politician, there's a reason those P's are there, because masters of wordcraft are going to manipulate masses of people.
Absolutely.
In any place that you're actually listening. Like, if you're listening, if you're chimed in, your relationship, I mean, my firm belief from from the moment I had some cognizance and decision making in my own religious beliefs was that, my tie-up doesn't require an organization and or someone who I don't trust and or believe in to educate me on what my values and or areas that I should be diving
Absolutely.
into are.
Thank you. Yes.
Like, look, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't need a third, what is it, a middleman for my relationship.
No.
I don't. I really don't.
Experience that firsthand.
Now, granted, right, you can have people who present, you can have people that present different opinions, perspectives, and things of that nature. Take that as you will. If it's a focal point that helps you navigate what you want to do, that's fine and dandy.
Right.
But forgiveness off of bullshit and sitting there like there are people, doesn't matter if he's a people for the Lord, he ain't the Lord, he's a person. They are sinners just as much. It's all the same level set. Whether you believe in Christ or not, whether you believe in whatever fucking religion you want to, people are people, and there ain't nobody
there's
who you
no
can follow
perfectionists.
They're
like
not,
this.
To me, I'll take it to another extreme because it's my opinion. Not to be trusted. Man, it's really not to be trusted. To an extent, if you know.
I was going to say to an extent.
You have friends, you have family, of course. You trust those people. You know those people. That's
right.
That's in a very small box.
True.
You know what I mean?
Even those niggas I don't trust.
Levels.
Some.
It's levels.
And you know what?
But the thing is, look, I'll put it this way, and it seems like a joke, but it's not. This is how I gauge it. I know pastors who don't take money. They do it because they do it for the right reasons. Oh, yeah. They walk it how they talk it. I know one.
You need to expand your gospel.
But you know what else I do? This is what I gauge, and I really want all black people to do this. They won't, but I wish they would. Mm-hmm. How many rings he got, and what kind of car does he drive?
No, so you see,
I'm dead serious. Like, it seems like it's not a joke, literally. And what does he have a job outside of this? Because if he doesn't, he's driving a Jag and has Tom Brady rings, then that's a problem.
Before I get into it, what was you going to say?
Nah, because see, that's a key point, right? Because I tell people all the time when I was growing up, there was no like donations were always optional, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Everybody had an actual job,
right?
So it made sense. You'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, you're a real human being. You can relate. You can understand these things, right? But I don't want to just blame pastors here.
No.
Parents, what the fuck? Because look, this happens.
Right.
This happens because they are raised in a culture and an environment where there is someone who has more authority than your own parent to where you can't communicate and have a conversation
thing to God is
and
the
have
pastor.
to be like the first person that you're like, yo, this doesn't feel right. I should open up and have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She was suicidal. Jesus Christ.
I was like, because I'll put it this way, right?
Right.
You know, my mom, straight up, like, very much carries herself strong in her religion.
Same here, yeah.
Very, well put together woman. And I know to this day that I have had open and honest conversations with her. And you know what she always says? She says, look, it doesn't. As strong, I'm talking God, like what you would think when you say black old mom, God-fearing, everything. And she will always still say, all of that is auxiliary. We're family. Your decisions are your decisions. Like, we could have a conversation. We're grown. We're people. We're family. And it's always been that safe sort of space to have a conversation if shit, like, if things got real. Because I said, look, I can't sit here and ignore. And what do we think about in these contexts and things of these natures, right? And I know that not everybody is blessed to have that relationship with their parent. But at the very least, the parents shouldn't be brainwashed to where their kids feel unsafe with sharing shit like this. To where it even gets to the point to where this shit happens. So fuck a pastor. Fuck on the parents too.
Fuck both of them.
Fuck that entire...
Really, any congregation that was still there after this shit went...
It's crazy that the fact that she held this in for so long to an adult. Yeah. I don't know how old she is now specifically, but she said she said it wasn't 20 years though.
Yeah. Like, so she's married now. And
right. But
I would assume either late 20s, early 30s.
Two key points I want to actually talk about real quick. Carrying off of what you were saying in regards to what they drive and so forth. I remember reading a story when those PPP loans were coming out. And there was a pastor in Texas that actually applied for that PPP loan and bought a jet.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. But I also, the one thing I do despise about religion, I'm not a big religion person. I'm not. I know I'm a Baptist. My family's a Baptist, but
that's just what I was raised.
Right. Niggas don't go to church until Easter or Mother's Day or Father's Day anyway. So it's just like, whatever. But one of the things I do despise about religion is using religion to cure real world issues. Right. Real quick. So one of the things I don't like is how religion tries to cure mental illness. If you pray it away, you'll be just fine. If you go to church, it'll be just fine. How religion try to cure is homosexuality. That's another thing as well too. That's a whole other subject. But I'm just saying, I just hate how religion in itself, like this huge congregation that's following this guy, knowing he's a fucking sinner, like this, it just baffles me that you have people, a cult-like, following this man and using religion in this particular way to shun away certain things, but they sentence themselves in that same situation. No,
it's a whole...
because look, I keep calling people on this bullshit where I say, you know what? If you've got for every prayer you send out, are you following it with an action or is it preceded with an actual action? Because you want to know what God's actually been enabling you to do. If you believe in a religion, if you want to know what God's actually enabling you to do, he's giving you the cognizance to understand that there needs to be action with some of the things that you're seeing and you're trying to pray away. And or he gives you the understanding and the ability to have conversations about these things instead of just being like, I'm praying it and then it's on the back burner.
Right.
I'm praying it. Prayer without action don't mean shit.
Praying and just let it be.
That's actually in the Bible, by the way. Basically, what you just said, prayer without action means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Fun fact. But anyways, but that kind of leads into what I wanted to chime in about my issue. The biggest issue for me with organized religion. The idea of religion, great. Typically great. Christianity specifically, we're going to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, the most peaceful motherfucker ever, clearly, as scripture, accepted everyone. No? You're familiar with the Bible a little bit, I'm sure.
Way more than I...
You probably want to be.
You wouldn't even... you want to... my girlfriend can recite things. And you would never suspect it because she's the opposite now.
I would have seen it. Yeah, right? But no.
In the club.
So let me know if I'm wrong in any way. Nutshell version of Jesus.
Go ahead.
Peaceful. Basically, today would be a peaceful hippie. Definitely would be liberal. No doubt about that.
I mean, he would basically be, what's that guy name? The old guy that smokes?
Willie Nelson.
He basically be Willie
Colin
Nelson.
would be Willie Nelson. Like, they would be friends, I'm sure. That's the guy you follow, but you do so much evil fucking shit in the name of him, which goes completely the opposite direction of what he would do. You're the motherfuckers who put him on the cross. If he was Willie Nelson's friend, you would hang him on a fucking cross in the middle of Congress. That's what you would probably do. No. But the thing about that is you do the exact opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. The thing I brought up the last time, which is a segue into what our main topic is, perfect, is the fact you try to justify your evil bullshit, which the fact of the matter, if you follow Jesus Christ, everything you're fucking doing is the opposite. The exact fucking opposite.
Yo, I just be like, it's astonishing. Because I say, like, look, no matter what type of person you are, you're always going to have strategic concessions.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you believe in something, doesn't matter if you don't. You're always going to have strategic concessions on areas.
Yeah.
Now, look, I say, in the purest form, right? If you really wanted to follow the teachings of a non-white man, by the way.
No, not even close.
Michelangelo's
I'll bring that
hello.
up at our later subject.
Yeah, but I mean,
a good little tie up to that. But yeah, go ahead.
But I say, like, and I don't co-sign with that religion, is... shitty people gonna be shitty people, right? I don't absolutely, because I'm like, to me,
always look at people as people.
Like always look at people as people,
yes.
Because something that Jordan highlighted is that, once again, as with everything, we always focus on the negative aspects with these variables, right? I know that, hey, like, your mom, my mom, they ain't doing nothing but trying their best to be good.
They walk it how they talk it.
They walk it how they talk it, right? My mom is a nurse. She gives her life to people on a regular basis. Yeah. When you talk about praying, she acts as much as she can.
My mom's a pharmacy tech who gives medicine, figures out every loophole she possibly can to give people cheap medicine.
The human version of good
Nobody
RX.
else does that.
But you want to know, and Chris Jones, I haven't ignored your comment. I haven't ignored your thing. I grew up, my dad was Baptist, my mom was a witness. So I got to see both angles. And
She's a what?
A witness.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I've like had a pretty strong Christian example of both ends. My dad actually was went to seminary school. Like he could have been a pastor.
Yeah.
But he was like, no. He was like,
that's not the life for me.
I don't think you need to be a pastor, old man. But but no. The way that I think about it, right, is at the fundamental level. I try my best when I got to college to learn other people's religions. To understand the basis
everyone
of people,
should do.
Right? Because if you take the time to understand other people's perspectives, you really understand that the
Not
core essence are people.
It's the fucking same generally.
The core essence is everybody is trying their best, whatever categories they fall into, to be better people and represent something that is like coming from the context and text of long.
God is typically a center point in it, which they all believe. They just call it something different. It's not that much of a difference between them, but we act like it's
not really.
War is a cause.
I mean,
it's like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I always say that there's two types of people in this world. There's the ones that actually practice it quietly, and the one that actually practice it loudly. Right?
Like
the ones that are loudly are the ones that are on the TV the most. Homosexuality is this, and this, and so forth. So that's how I actually view religion. I think the Quran and like the Bible are just like hand in hand in some ways. They're like pretty much in some ways the same.
Yeah.
But that's how I actually see it. There's people who actually practice it quietly and people who actually practice it loudly the most.
Usually the ones who practice it quietly are the ones who, like we said, walk it like how they talk. Yeah.
And I try and say,
the ones allowed usually. Ones that say the most.
And we got plenty of other things to go into. This is gonna be its own topic.
It's totally its own topic.
But one of the things that I like to say with people when it comes to this regards, but just to make sure it's clear. Fuck pastors like this. Fuck parents who gather around and act like forgiveness is the answer. Hell no, some people just don't deserve it. Once again, we're going to talk about it. Universally, there is one demographic that if they are impacted, it's an immediate, no context, no excuses.
You better say it.
You are fucked. And that is children. And we decided that 18, anything under, are children. So look, I'll say it this way. Say it very simple. If you want to, look, you be I don't like to judge people on what they believe in.
No, never.
Don't be a shitty person towards all like
that's the real thing.
Don't be a shitty person towards
don't
religious
be a piece
people.
of shit.
Don't be a shitty
That's
person
all.
towards non-religious people.
Just
have
don't
open
discriminate.
conversations and open dialogue.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Hey, I never so Tommy, you know me for fucking ever now at this point. Have I ever sat there and forced shit down your throat?
Never. I didn't know what. I didn't even know most of this shit about you till right now. I didn't know the Baptist part. I knew the Jehovah's part, but I learned that like last month. Like, and I've known you for like a decade. So yeah.
And I'm just like, and I sit there and I'm like, look, the way that I try and incorporate the learnings that I get, or what do I, because to me, I view the Bible and the Quran and any religion as a gateway to help you have like that internal compass, right?
Absolutely.
Because to me, I'm like, hey, look, I'm not going to sit here and shoot the shit. It helps me remember, like, there's some times in my life where I'll be like, nah, I probably shouldn't go down that alley, right? No, I probably shouldn't do this because, you got that thing singing in your head to be like, okay, I know that I'm a better person than that. But the way that you can really enable people is, if you give them good advice and they ask you, hey, where'd that perspective come from? You can share, that's when that's
inquisitive.
When
Be inquisitive about it.
If someone asks me a question and wants a genuine curiosity, I'm going to answer them. But I'm not about to sit here and tell you what you believe in is wrong, X, Y, and Z, because ultimately, I just care about you being a good person.
Yeah.
And if you're a good person, because the fundamental justification is, if there is a heaven, whether you believe in that or not, and you get to those doors, you really think that someone out there in the village or somewhere that has never been introduced to Christianity but has been a great person is going to be not like that don't make no sense.
Yes, that's always been my thing.
Just say don't follow the lead. Do your own research. Be your own person.
Please do that.
That's how I actually got into the Quran. I mean, I'm not a Muslim, no, but I started reading the Quran specifically, and I was just like, I wanted to know more about this particular religion.
Which is a good thing. Learning is good.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that people told you that it wasn't. It's probably the skill that benefits you the fucking most.
Of course.
It's knowledge.
You need it.
Knowledge
is
good.
Fuck, it's good.
And you know what? If you start to understand people's perspective, and I challenge people, hey, even if you don't believe in something, that's why you should read into those other religions, because then you can understanding other people's paths to how they think allows for more in-depth conversations.
Absolutely.
And ultimately creates an environment to where we can have constructive growth forward because we're able to navigate and negotiate and understand and make those concessions together.
Yeah.
It's an environment. It's an ecosystem of change that requires the understanding of what people think.
Absolutely.
Now that said,
We're getting into it. Are we hitting the intro?
Uh-oh.
hell yeah, I gotta hit the intro.
Okay, yeah, I made that.
I was about to do the beatbox.
If you notice that I would just tell them that the pre-show is also part of the show. Call it a day. But,
Mini topic, I suppose. Religion, that's a mini topic.
No, time out before Dean Claus. Yeah, you can understand people without religion, but there's a lot of people who have.
There's a lot of context and nuance.
Yeah, it's a great subject. It's definitely not black and white.
It's not just black owned, right? There's an intrinsic thing where if you're raised in a religion,
absolutely,
you're gonna understand the way people think. And
absolutely.
Honestly speaking, right? Like if you take some time to understand Hinduism, right? Mm-hmm. Like even if you're like, hey, you know what? You start to respect why they do what they do.
I'm a fan of a lot of. I'm a fan of a lot of parts of Hinduism. Like,
nice.
That's why you need to learn about different ones.
You can understand.
Important.
You can understand people on a one-on-one basis,
yeah.
But you can genuinely it allows you to be like, cool. This group of people, like you hit a mass almost. You're like, hey, at a fundamental level, I understand some of their perspective because they very hold true to this thing.
Yeah,
helps for instant connections. But we ain't gonna talk about it in a second. I ain't even gonna try I was trying to yell, but we just got off a crook-ass subject.
We're about to get on another one.
And we about to get on another I had my voice ready to be like, what's up, people? It's another episode of the Blaxcellence Podcast. It was your people, your favorite flavors.
Right.
All different, we
ain't got a light skin.
Actually, never mind. We don't have light skin.
We don't have a light skin.
No. We have dark chocolate with caramel, dark chocolate with nuts.
Milk. I'm on milk. Milk chocolate.
Nah, you just as like, shut up.
We're about the same tone,
actually. Is this the first episode where we have a Blaxcellence with an all-black cast?
Yes, this is the unadulterated. Dad, let me with the key.
We can
work our way up to this.
So, I have had verbose permission to be unapologetically
Yourself?
Myself. No, I'm kidding. I didn't need permission. But he literally was like, I called Sammy. I was like, hey, is it cool if you just run it 3? Because Sammy's enjoying a lovely vacation. Needs some time off. As with anybody, he's getting to see some family. Getting to go to Disneyland. He's having a great time.
That part's unfortunate. But yeah. Go ahead.
Stop it. I was on that TikTok. You know, that's the other part, Tom.
A lot of people looking at that.
You're so popular, and then it's always like you're either super popular or completely hated. Like, why is Tommy talking this way? Why is he so negative?
I like to keep people on their toes.
But we
spontaneous.
I called Sammy up and I was like, "Hey, is it cool? Is it cool if I run a 3 set?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's your show. So it's y'all show." And I was like,
it is our show.
Yeah, he said it's our show. And so he's like, I'm not. And then Sammy actually said a line that I was like, he was like,
it's the wrong thing to say.
No, he literally was like, what do you think would happen if I told you what to do about that show? And
I was like, true.
Oh, you don't tell us what to do?
I was like, you're right.
Hell, if Marcos was here, we still wouldn't have followed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, he probably would have egged it on more than we did follow.
I was like, you're right.
He'll probably play more devil's advocate than anything.
Oh, absolutely.
But no. We're never not able to be our unapologetic self. But this is the first time we've had it Blaxcellence episode.
The blackout.
And
niggas.
I thought about starting us on some hymns, get them all warmed up.
Before I be a slave, I be burning in grave.
I was like, man, let's talk, like that's why we opened up the show with the pastor. I was like, let's bring some real spirituality in here.
We're luring them in. So we can tell them that I'm an agnostic.
I was like, no, we about to have a good time today. We about to have as good of a time as we can with the stuff we're going to talk about. But before we dive into everything,
that's
first
be a
and
while.
foremost, let's give a shout out to the most important host in the room, the chat. What's up, people? Love to see y'all there.
That was a proper intro.
Right in the camera.
You know, we always start off with ourselves, but no, I gotta give some love. Shout out to you. We got a pretty good amount of people in here. Make sure you keep on sharing it out because today's subjects we are getting as real as we can.
Yes, that's what we do.
If you're not paying attention to the chat, I want to see as many comments as we can in there. Let's make this unapologetically the dopest chat room we've ever seen on the Blaxcellence Podcast. Blaxcellence, cross that out, the Blaxcellence Podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you're not focused on the chat, you get to see my face first today on the green side, on the green squad. We got TJ. What's up, y'all? And you can find your boy at TJ Manna on Instagram, actually on TikTok. No, I mean, you could follow me somewhere. I think we're on the Blaxcellence page. But you could always holler at your boy via the Blaxcellence on any form of social media alongside the website and give us a shout out. But if this flavor of chocolate ain't your preference, you want some extra flavor added in, how about I pass it over to the other side? Let's start off with you, Tom.
I would be a Nestle Crunch.
Oh.
I'm a crunch bar.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm the crunch bar.
You gotta chew hard. This nigga said a Nestle's Crunch.
Damn, I'm still chewing.
I got lockjaw.
I didn't know what I signed up for.
What's this in my teeth? Yeah, no, that's me. And you can find me at Tommy Mac _art Instagram, if you please.
No, hold up.
What's the problem?
You gotta pass it along.
Oh, I'm sorry. The dark chocolate, which is good for you.
Yeah, I'm the Jello Pudding Pop. I don't have a Twitter. You can find me at the Bareback Contessa. No. Yeah, I don't have any social media. Just if you see me in the streets, walk the other way. Hello.
Man's a mystery. He's like Leonardo DiCaprio.
He said, "Don't say hi."
Yeah, right.
Please don't.
I'm antisocial.
Nah, but we here today, and y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and we came off I was not anticipating it. It was not as fun as I thought it was gonna be, Tommy. By the way, you're not allowed to pick pre-show topics no more.
What do you mean? That one?
Yes, that wasn't fun.
I didn't say it was gonna be fun. I said it's something that needs to be talked about.
I
don't like
D classic now, sir. He said a better topic would be sativa or indica. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not gonna get us in trap.
I mean, my
favorite
letter in the alphabet is I, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Never.
What do all black people
sativa?
have?
Sativa? You mean the artificial sugar?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? Sativa? Oh, okay. I use that quite a bit. I use that. Okay.
I like sweeteners too.
Yeah. You know.
Oh man.
Oh no, we about to be in trouble. But on the real though, We started off a little bit with a heavy subject, but honestly, it's not.
We didn't mean to do that.
We didn't really mean to do that. But it's not going to get any lighter because we're going to really dive into the weeds because
it'll get lighter later.
It's going to end off with lightness. Yeah. So please.
Sort. We
it's going to end off with lightness in more ways than one. We say that. Yeah, but
yeah. Oh, that's a pun. Yeah, he's.
But nah, I want to already go ahead and preface this with, look, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of me thought about trying to, keep it a little more light today because we just came off of a Blaxcellence that was pretty heavy, talking about different natures in our culture. But nah. We're tired. And quite frankly, it would be too much against the intelligence that's in this room.
Right.
And the voices that we have, even as, I don't want to say we have a small audience, we have a pretty healthy audience, but even though, our voices may not be the loudest on the interwebs.
It's something.
We're still contributing.
Yeah. I cannot sit here. They cannot sit here. None of us can sit here and justify anything that's been happening in our recent trending news and what's been happening around our country today. And so we're going to dive into these topics. We're going to get our true feelings out there. And I want y'all guys to please, if anything, I keep on begging for this on every time we get into something serious. There's going to be a lot of negativity, but go spread some positivity, right? Let's make sure that we don't just let the negative voices cloud the room. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Yeah.
So in the last span of, I want to say, 2-ish weeks.
It's actually just 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's just 2 weeks. Yeah. We've had a multitude of incidents that have spread across our country that are impacting us on a, fundamental level. Up in Buffalo, there was a individual who decided to go out of his way and drive into a small local grocery shop and shoot it up. Why? Well, you know why. If it's in America, it's because that demographic that happened to go to that store was African American.
He did his research.
He did the
assignment.
Only little research he could, right? And the scariest thing about that was, I think this was the first time I genuinely was like, wow, I didn't even have, I didn't sit down and think about it. Not because I didn't want to. Because it was when I caught myself and I was like, that desensitization, though, it's very real.
The numbness.
I felt something, but then I triggered it with, I've felt this before. So, you got to keep moving. I got projects, I got things I got to do. And we'll dive into that in a second. And then this week, we had a shooting in Texas, in Uvalde, where kids, 19 kids, 21 people, 19 kids, and which, I want to focus on the kids, but, those parents, those are heroes. Those 2 teachers, education providers that passed away as well, that were shot up just for going to school that day. And I was telling Jordan, I was telling Tommy before the show, that I just have never felt this amount of doneness, if that makes sense. And I feel like I've felt crazy. I felt like I'm insane. I'm just, there's just something I'm missing. Something I'm not seeing. Something that no one else is seeing. And there are so many layers to the reasons that this is happening. But, I shared my feelings of how I felt when both these things hit me. Would love to know about y'all guys. What about y'all? So,
I want to talk about the feeling you're feeling, because we're all feeling that, everyone. And the thing is, I guess this kind of brings a full circle to the theme of this show. It's something we feel a lot. Every time there's a fucking story, unarmed black man gets shot by the police, Karen does this, we feel this. It's like a pressure. We read it. It's a sadness, it's a pressure, it's a frustration, all balled into like a fucking ball. and you feel it in here, right? And then you'll scroll up, Kardashian does this, so-and-so this, so-and-so this. You get distracted, and that eases that pressure. It's still there. It's stress.
Keep the entertainment going. Yeah.
It's stress. Yeah. That's what that is. It's a substantial amount of stress all at one time that you can't do shit about, particularly on this subject right here, that probably triggers everyone. Anyone with a fucking conscience, anyone who has morals, anyone who feels anything, feels something with this. Anyone who does, except the people who don't. And the bottom line is, you're either a shitty fucking person right now. Things are real. I'm about boiling down. I've mentioned this. I'm about boiling shit down.
To a simplicity.
Because that's what we are, though, Jordan. That's what we are. Motherfuckers are dumb as shit. That's what we are. It's a war almost against, it's like a cold war between intelligence and fucking stupidity, because we had a president that was stupid as fuck who just told people, hey, stupidity's cool. We can be dumb as shit. You're
Co-signed
good.
ignorance.
Co-signed ignorance. And I brought up my main fucking thing. Where we are now is currently, I need you to co-sign my racism. I need you to co-sign my ignorance. I need you to co-sign my fucking stupidity in general about everything. Common sense, what I was raised, treat people as you would like to be treated. Simple shit, you know? Be courteous to your neighbor. All this shit means absolutely fucking nothing now because an orange motherfucker said, fuck all that shit. Really, he didn't even say that. His mentality said that, but you took that as fuck it, you know? Let's just go ham. And whatever fucking thing that's fucking terrible and completely against the common most sense, what we're going to do is we're just going to flip it. Tucker Carlson will come up with an excuse. We'll take that shit, roll with that. That's our excuse for being a fucking immoral piece of shit. That's what it is. We'll just do that. This is the precipice of that. This is the peak of what the basic, the fucking bare bones minimal of morals is. Protecting kids. We can't do that, huh? We can't fucking do that.
I don't.
No. We'll make an excuse for that. Whatever excuse we possibly can make for that, we'll make. And matter of fact, fuck that, TJ, Jordan. How about this? We want to hate so fucking much. We want to hate any goddamn thing we can, because that's what we are. They were transgender, right? That was a fucking thing. The shooter was transgender. Oh, it's a bunch of, it was majority Hispanic children. Let's see how long they care. Because it's a precipice to how much you care now. It's asterisks to how much you fucking care now, right? Are they trans? Are they colored? Are they Hispanic? Are they an immigrant? Are they illegal? Because if they are, that means I get to hate that fucking group even more so now, huh?
Or I can ignore it even.
Or I can just ignore it. My apathy can just be that much more strong. And the flip side of that is this is 2 weeks in a row. We lost how many people in a mass shooting? Was it
29?
29. We lost 29 people. Black people and Hispanic children. Let's see how much you fucking care. Let's see how long you care.
Jordan, and I want to make sure that we chime in on you. But you highlighted some, nothing but good points there, Tommy. But I want y'all to take a second. If we're diving you, Jordan, why don't you take a second? Take 1 second. I don't even have all of them. Those are the faces. You see that?
That's 6.
Look at
That's 6 of 19.
6 of 19 people, and 4 of those faces are children.
6 of 21. I'm sorry.
I have seen more images of the goddamn shooter than I have seen of these goddamn kids. Why is that?
You see more fake images of the goddamn shooter than you've seen of these children. And the fucking teachers who tried to protect them. They don't sign up for that fucking shit, man. They don't sign up for that shit. That's not what they're there for.
Children. They signed up.
They are the last people who give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. If someone said, hey, Tommy, we'll pay you 50, 60 grand to be a teacher, which is way too little. No, fuck you. I'm not going to do that. Not because I don't care about these kids, because you don't fucking care about me in the very important fucking job I have. They do not sign up for this. They don't get paid enough for that. They don't get enough recognition for that, but they do it because they're good fucking people.
And the list goes on. More faces. More faces, all broken up. Jordan, what's up? What you, man?
I am going to take a different approach to this. Frustration wise, two bullets I want to talk on. This is too many deaths that have happened in a close proximity of each other. But what gets me is the rhetoric that I'm hearing from the media. And what I mean is, I think that the rhetoric to me is so dangerous that you're going to have another Gabby Gifford on your hands. You're going to have another Steve Scalise on your hands, where some lunatic is going to go out there because they're tired of these politicians and they're going to want them trying to kill them. And I have a problem with the media actually doing that and actually encouraging more of that. I have a problem with that. The second problem I do have specifically is I am truly getting tired of how the media exploits Black death versus other deaths in the media. And I think it's more specifically because of the ideology they like to push on our community a lot of, in these cases here. I say that because not too long ago, after the Buffalo shooting, we had the shooting in California where that Chinese man shut up that Taiwanese church.
I almost forgot about that.
And it's not that many deaths. One death is too many. It's not that many deaths. But the frustrating thing to me was specifically, I saw Biden hop on a plane, went to Buffalo. I didn't see him go to California. I didn't see him do that specifically with the Taiwanese community there specifically. And I'm saying that because, to me, I think that we're used as pawns in this case. And a lot of times.
Most times.
I would actually say all of the time.
Yeah.
They use us for a reason. They exploit, and I'm getting actually fed up with that shit. I am getting tired of that. I am getting tired of being used as fucking political pawns. I am getting tired of the same rhetoric that happens in mass shootings. Everybody's tending to talk over each other. We tend to say the same rhetoric. Oh, Republicans are saying peace and all. We need action. We need gun control. It's the Republicans' fault. What's going to happen is another fucking politician is going to probably get killed, or someone is going to get killed in this whole process. Because we cannot seem to be comprehensive and get along with each other, at least for once, and say, this is an idea that we have in place. We would like to pass this bill and like to push it through. But we can't. Because we have Twitter platforms now that everybody seems to want to throw stones and hide their hands behind their back when they get caught. They want to do shit like that.
Keyboard, right.
They want to do that shit. Yeah. But they don't want to work with you. They want to tell you the problem, but they don't want to provide a solution. I don't want to see those type of people no more. Right. I'm just tired of that shit. Yeah. I'm tired of my people getting exploited for political purposes, and I'm tired of the rhetoric that's coming out from mass shooting. I'm just tired of that shit.
Now, the thing is, you hit on the note. Every time I think of right now, and it may be the millennial in me, forgive me if so, I think about my childhood, as I'm sure most of us do. And the fact of the matter is what? Home before the lights come, the street lights come on.
Bring your ass
playing in the street, basketball, playing video games. I mean, it was a childhood. It was what it was supposed to be.
It's significant in your life.
It's significant. It molded who I am as an adult. And the fact of the matter is but we felt safe. Our parents felt safe. They sent us to school.
Our parents felt safe sending us to school.
The most basic, bare bones fucking thing, man.
That was our safe space outside of our home.
Yeah.
Was school.
Was school.
And now we can't even do that.
I literally,
the staff.
I told my mom when I was talking to her yesterday, I remember it. I used to be, maybe Saturday, maybe a Friday afternoon, school off, and I'd be like, cool, I'm leaving to go hang out. She'd be like, all right, come check in. No phone, no nothing. Literally go, no bike, just walking.
Right.
I lived in an apartment complex, would go over, and it was a group of apartment complexes. Literally people, every which way.
Yeah.
Hundreds. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, cool, I could go see my friend every 2 hours. Make sure to run back home, do a check-in, be like, oh, I'm good. Keep going, keep on playing. And she didn't have to bat an eye. Never had to bat an eye. I live right next to a highway. Be gone all day. Come check in a couple times. Never had to bat an eye. If I missed a check-in, she was like, it's cool. Don't miss two, but it's cool. It's like,
right.
We can't even let the kids go outside.
No, they can't do anything
without a constant fear.
Yeah. I had my cousin who's like my sister, because we're 5 months apart. Our mothers are sisters. She has a 5-year-old. And that was the first thing I thought of. She's my goddaughter. It was the first thing I fucking thought of. God damn, if that was her, I don't know what I would do. And on top of that, the stress of her mother, I would be like, fuck, that's fucking, I just can't imagine. I don't have children. I can't in good conscience bring a child into this bullshit. I just can't fucking do it,
I mean,
I'm all about adopting. I can't do it. I'm not trying to say anyone who wants to, something's wrong.
Right.
I fucking can't do. Dude, we can count on one hand world-ending shit that we have going on, societal ending shit we have going on currently, all at one fucking time. And the fact of the matter is, even still, this is America, right? We know what America was like in retrospect, I guess, theoretically at its best. 90s was really its best. Economically, it was the best, so on and so forth. Compared to now, any kid born after like 95 or 96, it's a different world. And I know we get on Gen Z a lot.
We do.
We do. I love Gen Z. I will always have a love for that fucking generation. The parents can kick fucking rocks as they're pieces of shit. Fuck Gen X always. But their kids are good. They're the ones that are picking that relay. We pass that shit to them and they fucking flew and they're flying still. The fact of the matter is, man, these people that are doing this shit, this is completely unprecedented. The times we are in are unprecedented. To the fact you can't send your fucking kid to school, TJ, without worrying, your elementary school kid. Is that not the most basic shit we could all just come together? Hey, can we do something so this does not happen again?
So
can we do
these
anything?
faces right here,
yes,
don't have to fear going to school.
The parents of those faces don't have to fear them going to school.
And you said something, and it's the exact same way I felt. Because you know what? I don't have kids either. I told my mom yesterday, I said, look, in the next 5 to 10 years, that things align and I end up having kids, shoot, it ain't. Yeah. And you know what? You know it's bad when a mom is like, yo, I understand.
Right.
Mine the same shit.
She was like, I get it. She was like, I get a new place to travel to. Because I told her, I said, I'm not going to be here in this school system.
Right.
I'm not going to be here in this country if I have to raise children. Because
absolutely
what type
not.
of parent was like, look, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, you know, not everybody is blessed to be able to make that decision. But quite frankly, if you're bringing in kids, it's something that, like, you know, is becoming a regular realization that you have to make a strategic concession. And I have a point about, like, you know, other countries at the end of this, just to kind of bring us up. But there are so many layers and reasons why this keeps happening. And I mean, it's the definition of insanity.
No, and it's driving us insane. Like I said, that's
what I said.
But that was my thing. I
think it's either insanity or desensitization. I mean, at this particular point,
it's becoming that. The thing about it,
I think we're already there.
No, it's not. We
Some of us
are there.
We are there.
A lot of us are there.
We
and that's
are
what
there.
That, like I said, it's a big emotion we cannot express. We can't do shit about it. We can't individually do anything about it. Together, of course we could if we actually had that kind of energy. Clearly we don't. One side does, we do not. But the thing is, the fact that it internalizes, man, that shit internalizes to the way you feel, which is mad. On this one in particular, because it's no hope after this. That's why this one hits harder. If children, elementary school children, can get shot up in that number, die in that fucking number, and still nothing. Thoughts and prayers, though. Keep that shit. Stop fucking saying that stupid, because it's an insult at this fucking point.
Without action does not mean anything.
But I get that. No. I get that specific part. But when both sides are at odds, where do you go? When both sides are at odds, we've been at this for a long time. We've been at the same rhetoric.
It's only one.
Let me go ahead.
And I'm sorry. Going there, but
I know we want to make it political in this case here, but if we're going to make it about politics, I'm saying we've been at a bad end with both sides. They have not been able to
see no resolution.
Jordan, it's not a. So check it. The way I say it is, it's the combination of a couple of things, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I'm gonna get into like some of the nuance here with what I'm thinking. So I said, look, in the chat, I'm gonna highlight it. You know, asking questions like, how do you stop gun violence? Asking a question like, and one statement was made where it's like, it really doesn't matter, because what's gonna change, right? It's like, cool, shit ain't gonna change. Shit's tough, and
they're not even trying. It's the thing. It's
apathy.
It's not even a middle ground.
We've hit this point of apathy.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna mean this. I got this. 1 second. It's not on just politicians.
No.
It's not on the government. It is on me. It is on you. It is on y'all.
Yes.
Because quite frankly, let's keep it $150. Let's stop being hypocrites and act like we have been doing everything we can to stop this. Because I'm going to tell you no, I have not. No, I have not. I've sat there and said, nothing's going to change too many goddamn times for it to keep on not changing. Everybody keeps saying the same shit. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. We're screwed anyway. What does that do? What does that do? If you can come up to ATX and tell me to my face that you have done everything in your power to help get this shit addressed, fuck it. I'll buy you whatever you want. Buy you all the drinks. You're nice on me. We'll have a great ass time. You know what? Because you are a hero. But I know that we have not done everything as people that we can. No. And kids are dying. And what is it? Okay, what can we do? That's what you're asking. What can we do whenever we're actually keep on going at each other's throats about this shit? Well, guess what? I keep on telling people, it is still the vocal minority, these people in power that cover up your voices, and that means we are not communicating either loudly enough or understanding each other at a point to where we can have a genuine conversation about these things. Kids should not be dying for us to have a conversation. And what I mean by that is every single time that you have tried to explain this point to somebody and you give up because they're ignorant, you have given up on actually trying to make change. Because I know it's tiring. I know it burns the brain 100%. To sit there and be like...
It's the commitment of wanting to have the conversation and not give up because someone doesn't know certain things about gun ownership or whatever the case may be. It's that type of commitment. There is patience in power, or there's power in patience in this case here. So I get what you're saying in coming to the table, and I wholeheartedly agree. We have to start coming to the table, but it doesn't have to take an incident like this or Buffalo or California for us to actually have a conversation.
No, that goes back into the whole thing of we would rather, and I mean, it's a common theme at all our subjects at this point, because I'm going to say the same thing on our next subject. Guess what? Surprise, you get a sneak peek. We are so concentrated on bullshit and negativity and cutting people that we do not focus on the things that actually make positive change.
Kevin Samuels.
For that week, that was okay. But
no, still.
No, you're right, because I brought up a stat last time when we touched on this, the last episode, of what the trending topics were. I think even as this happened, yes, it was the night of this, it was Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial. That's where the majority of people's attention are going. The thing is different about now compared to other times is the distractions we have. We have them everywhere. They are attacking our attention span like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. What the George Floyd thing to me was a fucking shock.
That it lasted as long as it did.
That it lasted as long as that people actually got out of their fucking homes.
Because that's all we could do.
Because I think that was the actual first time that we've seen someone get killed on camera on national television. They had to see it. You had no choice to ignore what happened to George Floyd. That was in our face. Someone recorded it, and we watched it on national television numerous amount of times. So you could not ignore George Floyd. That just happened. To me, I consider that abnormal compared to stuff now.
It's common, but
it's common. But seeing it live,
for it to be that way,
is abnormal.
It's true. But it took a man dying and them seeing
for us to actually see that and actually agree.
We cared for them to care. That's what it took.
But I think that the interesting thing is, I think that majority of people that we are at odds with, majority of them actually agree that, hey, that man should have been prosecuted.
Oh, no, absolutely. That's the thing.
Majority of them. I mean,
look,
it was interesting to see that. Yeah.
Fake liberals is a whole nother subject. Because nothing aggravates me more than people that don't walk it how they talk it. But the thing about it is, like, no, you're right. This is, we're at the point where the bottom's falling out to where it's like, I can't take any more of this. I'm going hysterical. Mm-hmm. You can, though.
I'm moving to Canada.
Really, it's a very easy thing to do. It's one of the most basic things to start with. If you want to starting point, vote. Fucking vote these crazy motherfuckers out.
True.
That's a starting point.
I think that, real quick, two things. I actually agree with Ted Cruz on the fact that we should have a term limit when it comes to politicians.
There's
like career politicians.
I never agree with Ted Cruz.
No, I mean, first of all, I ain't gonna hold you, Jordan. You said I'm gonna agree with Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I was waiting. I gave the man the benefit of the doubt. It should be absolute term limits.
It will be the true cookout. But I'm just saying that's something I actually do agree with. There should be term limits to politicians.
No doubt about
I think there's too many career politicians
justices as well.
Fair.
Yeah.
I actually don't. Weird enough, I actually don't think there should be lawyers on the Supreme Court. I think there should be like everyday business people.
Oh no, I always want to get everyday people involved. I mean,
everyday people like business people, school teachers, something like that, to actually make certain decisions based on that particular criteria. On actual people.
One thing I said, oh my God, I'm going to have to phrase this perfectly.
He agreed with Ted Cruz.
No, I talk about DT.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Right.
I said that the only area in vain, because people were like, he's not a politician. And I said, he's not a person who I want to give any credit to.
Nixon was an actor, right?
But
Reagan.
We need more people in these positions of power that have experiences and have lived life in a way that's akin to the majority of people they're trying to represent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always been an issue with me.
Dog.
Should be closer to jury duty than anything else.
I should be like, damn, I gotta go be a politician today.
AOC.
Right. Get a letter in the mail.
AOC. That woman was a bartender and she ran and she won. Like,
she still has, at the moment, if she stays out of Miami, she has the mentality, the closest, her and Bernie kind of, really the whole squad. That's the closest thing you have to people that have some common goddamn sense. That's just common, you know?
I'm just like
common, goddamn it. That's all.
I'm just like, look, someone who would. Yeah, I was about to jump the table.
What happened?
No, when they were like, "You about to jump the table?"
Oh no, yeah,
it was. But no, like, I would love if someone they ain't gotta look like me. If they walked like me, if they know
Similar
what it's like, and I'm talking normal ass. Like, look, you worked in a career, you saw people, you worked and understood where people were coming
Social
from.
Workers.
One thing I think the majority, which is white people, some might not understand about people of color, is we get it. Like, we can see more past that than you can. Don't know why. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother show.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, I know. It's another show. So, like,
show 17 in our backlog.
We won't make you wait that long. But yeah, no, like, the thing about, like, we understand that. Like, we can look past things like that more so. Some of us know, but a lot of us, because a lot of us, we are the minority at all times. So it's 16% of us in this country, but with replacement theory is a thing. Whatever.
I knew about that. That was actually a weird thing that was brought up.
Math-wise, it doesn't make sense, but Tucker Carlson. Well, like, look, the thing about it, look, it just, again, the way I operate, boil it down to the barest of necessities. You have people in power who have no fucking moral compass whatsoever. Maybe they did at one point. It's gone now. No, a politician's job. No, a politician.
I'm adding in. Just
okay, all right.
Man, Tommy.
I got a thing. Okay.
I gave you time. Hold up. I just gotta cut in real quick. To your point, to where there should be term limits. I said there should be age limits.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
True.
Both.
Look,
how about both?
No, or term and age limits. Because I said, look, if you're plus 60, trust me. If I hit plus 60, I'm
sit
not
on a
giving
piece of ice and float out in the fucking ocean. Like, I don't. Like,
you're not cognizant at that point.
I'm not saying how to put it. I'm not saying that like everybody hits 60 and you're just an idiot. No, I'm not saying
No.
Your latency is horrible.
At that point,
retire.
you are you're far removed.
Enjoy life.
From that initial or the newer generations that are coming.
Right.
There's a big gap.
True.
It's a huge gap.
That is true.
And you know what the biggest problem with politicians and political places of positions, which is why I say there needs to be more normal people and or people who have experience from different areas outside of politics, is because really and truly you can't get into a lot of these places of power until you're older because you need a lot of political experience.
Well,
So-
that doesn't necessarily mean for one particular case. I mean, we know that the previous president didn't have any political experience, and he just jumped right in and got
the whole position up. Yeah,
he just jumped right in specifically. And the same way in regards to Obama. Obama was a senator for a few years, maybe a few before I get that, but he only had a few years or a year or so before they actually made him president.
The man can speak very well.
I get it, but I'm just saying, I get that whole experience aspect of it specifically, but I think that they're always the age limit situation. I didn't even think about that, but I think that the age limit is something that should be brought
that's
up.
Real significant.
The latency at an older age, I think I'm saying the latency at the older age, it's pretty bad. You're not really representing the younger generation.
You should not be about to die and telling me that you know what my life's living.
What's that dude named Chuck Grassley is like old as shit, and I'm like, how is this nigga still functioning? When I see what's her name from California, Feinstein. Yeah, Feinstein. Old as shit. Same thing with Nancy Pelosi. Old as shit. Same thing with a lot of these. Chuck Schumer. Like, they're old.
What is it?
Our
Someone in the chat
president.
said RGB really fucked it up for everybody.
Who?
RGB. Like Ruth killed.
Ruth.
Better get. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so mad. I'm tripping.
She was very old.
But there's one point that I want to make. One last point. Make it quick. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I am neither of those because I think that both parties don't represent black people anyway in any shape or form.
At all.
I'm just saying. I'm totally not.
Death by one blow or death by a million cuts.
I mean, I don't really care about the government too well because I think the government can't even manage its own self. So that's just its own thing.
He ain't lying.
One of the things that I saw I get a lot of Twitter notifications from comic books to games to political stuff and everything.
Porn stars, I understand.
Right.
You know he does.
You know the drill. So, making it a light note, transitioning into that point.
Trying.
But I saw a quote, and it gets on my nerves because a lot of Republicans do this. Greg Abbott says, I know this is not the appropriate time, but there are a lot more shootings in Chicago that happen more than mass shootings. And the reason why that frustrates me is because why is it that every time whenever an unarmed black man gets killed or we have something happen like Buffalo, Republicans tend to say, well, how come y'all don't march when there's like black on black crime in Chicago? And I'm I'm just saying. To me,
I put my referee gloves on.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. It's like
I gotta answer
it's
that.
like two things that happen in that situation here. One in that case here. You have 365 days of the year to bring up black on black crime in Chicago. Why do you do that now? That just takes away from the awareness that what we're trying to say in this case here about police brutality, about mass shooting. Don't bring that up at the most inopportunistic time just because you want to say, oh, well, black folks are not consistent. Second thing that gets me specifically in regards to that shit is we point to Chicago all the time. But we don't never talk about that white on white crime. We never talk about opioids. We never talk about that. It's specifically on that we tend to bring up that shit whenever something like that. To me, that is the worst. Whenever you hear people say that and they're your own skin color, you just think to yourself, so what do you think that we should do? Should just ignore that and just focus primarily on black crime? What is your purpose?
That's always
it irks my goddamn skin when I hear that shit.
Swerve the thing.
No, but can I answer his question though? Because I really so sorry.
You have the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, no, you asked like why does that happen? Mm-hmm. It's not that difficult of why. It's convenient, Jordan.
Of course it's convenient.
The most convenient. I got into a debate with a Republican who was one of the only Republicans I've ever met that's tried to convert me to being a conservative. And they were like, oh, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat, yada, yada. The same spiel. Have your own mind, this, that, and the other, which is the most ironic shit ever. But I said, no, it's simple. It's more than this, but black and white, because that's how they think. You got to go that route. We think gray, they think black and white, so you got to go black and white when making your points. My point was like, well, they don't acknowledge black people literally at all unless it's something negative. Mm-hmm. They don't try to pitch themselves to black people.
They don't point out the organizations that are trying to combat black on black crime.
Never.
They never do that. And the media is actually notorious for doing that as well, too.
The media is terrible. That's another
So
subject.
that's the reason why I always get frustrated when that comes to that particular aspect. I just think that.
But he had no comeback for it.
No,
he
didn't.
Yeah, you're right. Like, because when it's convenient, when you need to drive that fucking wedge right in the middle to keep middle America like, I need a gun because of niggas. That is what that is for. That is ammunition for that shit. And that's what it is. Plain and simple, man. That's what the fuck it is. It's hey, stay afraid of black people. Here we go. That's what that shit is. I'm sorry, Angus. Go ahead,
brother. Go ahead, brother.
Look, and no, I'm not trying to stop anybody from having their voice because, quite frankly, it needs to be yelled at and reiterated and repeated.
Candace Owens.
I just want Tommy to.
Please don't say that.
Tom's getting crunk. I'm scared.
I'm kidding. Rocks and Blunts, a.k.a. Dominant Silk.
I don't know who that is. We don't promote them.
But now, let me do my rap list real quick. I got you. Hold on. Because, So let me start from the top. Yes, okay. You want to bring up mental illness? Y'all ain't going to do shit about it. Don't talk about it. I don't want to hear it. Because quite frankly...
I think we're all there.
Oh, no, hold up. I'm going down the rap sheet. Because I said, yeah, you know, y'all know. Mm-hmm. We know that, look, fine. You want to preach mental illness? Then for the love of God, let us actually do shit about it. Fine. If that is the angle we all want to take, then let us do shit about that.
Absolutely.
Fine. Fuck it. Make that be a point. Because quite frankly, yes, there's plenty of mental health, not with this cases, right? There's plenty of mental health shit that does need a focus point in this country, so I'm going to take my dub where I can get it. So if you want to make that the focal point in order to fix this shit,
fucking anything at this goddamn point.
Do it.
I'm really, it's so, no, look.
My turn.
I'm sorry. I'll let you get back to it. But I think it's
my turn, Tommy.
After this, you're prolonging it. Oh, goddamn.
Stop it. My turn.
I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I'm not. Stop you. Let me complete my sentence.
Okay.
Now, on the real... we out here fighting each other.
That's what they want, TJ.
That's what they want. But no, on the real though, fine. If mental health is what you want to talk about, then talk to me about it. Don't deflect. You want to talk about masters of wordsmith? A Republican be sliding. They be smooth without the way they deflect. And they try and distract you, keep the twilight, keep the twinkles in your eyes on some other shit. Oh, transgender. Fine. Let's bring that up then. If it's about sexual and gender rights, then do something to enable that group so that way you don't have these incidents. If you want to put this, if you're going to blame it on that, then how about we promote and or do things for those underrepresented demographics that don't have a voice in the room? Make that a focal point. Mm-hmm. If you want to say all these excuses and act like we actually do them well in this country, then you're full of fucking shit. And that's just the top of the rap sheet. I got plenty others, but Tommy, I want to...
I lost my point. But
Tommy.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's about action. We're about that action now. We ain't about talking the prayers of this, to that, a decrepit old man on fucking TV who's our president saying the same bullshit over and over again. You can't do shit. We know you can't. Marcos was right. They're useless. That's what you are. That's your stereotype now, is you're useless. One side's evil as fuck and one side's useless. That's why we feel the way we feel.
Both of them are evil.
No, I mean, Sorry. Look, I just say, you're fine.
I'm okay with that argument.
I saw someone was like, TJ, you should have a fresh cut. Then Tommy wouldn't have dared interrupt you. You're right. It's a little close. I'm going to get that fixed next Blaxcellence. But no, on the real though. Yeah. Okay. Fresh cut mandatory.
Yeah, right.
If I'm the host. No, I'm kidding. Look. Fine. Got the next one. That's the next excuse. What's the next excuse? Oh, wait. Fine, let's arm our teachers. No, let's one way in, one way out schools. Turn it into a prison ground because that makes sense. Fire exits
don't exist. Apparently fire exits aren't a thing. Let them all burn. Because that's code. I guess we'll turn them into shooters to arsonists.
And if you hit me, because on Twitter, the first excuse that they want to hit right quick are, well, politicians are defended, banks are defended. Why is there only gun-free signs at schools? Because, quite frankly, not everything has a military compound. And the reason why politicians are protected are because their face is plastered on fucking media all the time. Fine. How about we take all the guards from the politicians and put them in schools? See how the politicians feel scared. Let them go to school and protect them.
They already felt that. They already felt that January 6th.
Did you see how they acted,
They felt that way.
Did you see how they acted? Did you see the reactions and how they acted?
Wait, but you see how them politicians act when we had a whole situation when Minneapolis happened, right? We had some politicians encouraging that. But once January 6th happened, that shit happened in their own backyard. Oh no.
But Jordan,
I can't do this now.
You gotta chronicle like the first few hours. That's when the real shit, but of course when Trump kicked in, they had to get back into the mode. But no, I'm talking about raw footage. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about raw emotion.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers were not only scared, telling Trump, hey, these people are crazy, you need to do something, this, that, and the other. Common sense kicked in real quick. It's always been there, but they ignore it because, they're evil as fuck. But that he's absolutely right. When they're in these situations, their reaction's extreme.
It's always different because, of course,
totally different.
To me, I always say that, and it's really a shitty thing to say, but in ways, I think that people value politicians more than they actually value teachers. Kids.
Absolutely. They absolutely do.
Let me make sure. I still got my rap sheet because you want to know how these politicians don't care about kids. What we talk about, what is it? Not even 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, the world sucks right now because Roe v. Wade is still a thing.
It's still out there.
They don't give a fuck about protecting these kids. Stop lying to yourself.
They want
Stop lying.
TJ, they want you to have them, but after they're born, they don't give two fucks about it. It's a goddamn formula shortage.
They want you to have them?
Wait, time out. What about the formula shortage?
Some Republicans voted against trying to get it shipped from Europe to here.
What? But we don't want to. Sorry, damn, I took that shit out of focus for y'all.
It's fine.
But like, it's
hypocrisy,
cool.
huh?
We don't want to help out kids. We don't want to
actually do the shit. Until they're actually here breathing air.
Wait, guys. I understand. You guys don't like Republicans. I'm not a fan of Republicans.
You don't like anybody.
But I'm just trying to tell y'all, it goes both ways. I know that there's a significant amount of distaste for Republicans in this room. I get it.
I have not said Republicans.
No, I get it, but I know that's what you're.
He's talking.
No. I know that's what it's alluding to. I know it's alluding to that specific party.
For me, it is. Yes.
For him.
I'm just saying specifically. Just getting back to the topic in regards to the school shooting, all I've been hearing is politicians throwing rocks from a distance, like CNN and Fox News. But they do it all the time. Yeah. Specifically.
That's their job.
No one's actually getting shit done. And the crazy thing is, and interesting enough, there have been bipartisan bills introduced on the floor.
For 2 years.
For 2 years. Mm-hmm. Actually longer than that. Mm-hmm. And because both sides tend to reject those particular ideas. Someone said fix the Knicks. Sure, that got rejected. Someone said something in regards to ghost, or he signed an executive order, but there was an issue with ghost guns. They rejected that. And I'm just like, we hear why they reject it. We hear them rejecting it. We never hear the reasoning why they actually rejected it. I think it's easy to say, well, Republicans, they blocked the formula from coming in there. But why did they reject it, right? I don't want to get into specifics, but it just seems like the same rhetoric tends to happen where we see people talk over each other, but no one comes to the table, or the media never talks about these bipartisan bills. Or simplifies it for people.
Jordan, that's why. And because I don't want to act like, and you're correct, I don't want to act like it's just on one side or the other, and I've been avoiding jams and rubs.
Because it's a thing. Look, I get it, because it's like, I described it as I heard with the debate. No, goddamn it. Fuck that. You talk a lot.
Wait. The host of the show. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, man.
I just want to.
I'll learn how to do this shit. It means I get to talk more. Shit.
No, tell me you bitch. Stop me. I'm not trying to stop you. I really ain't.
Just I'll start my own TikTok.
He's trying to get
I'm just trying to get through a point.
I know. Go. I'll apologize. Go ahead.
I'm trying to keep it from just Repubs and Dems. I haven't said that. I haven't said either party just yet, and that's why I highlighted at the very start. It's on everybody because you want to know. If you really want to know what I want to see I want to see people pulling off. I'm not giving bonus points for what I expect, but fucking better shit.
Yeah.
Where you going up and you're on your
something.
Hands and knees and yelling.
Yes, it's
Get
something.
real. Get real. If you gave a shit, get real. You got coaches doing a better shit than this.
At least put an act on, Jordan. Like the fact with me,
I think that is going to be his downfall. But that's just my opinion.
Like we know,
that was his downfall right there too. But I'm just go ahead.
No,
the thing about
sorry, 1 second.
Am I? Is the spotlight on me? Yeah, no. Look, like my thing is a part of what Jordan says is right, man. It's just it's ineptitude all around. It's like I said, you have two options. It's ineptitude, or it's complete and utter just fucking evil and authoritarian shit. Like it's some Nazi shit. And the thing about it, and it ties back in. Well, we're still on the kids thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is still all centered on.
Yeah.
I haven't even got through the rap sheet.
Right.
This is all right. Some might take this as an extreme, but if you think about it, you won't, and it will probably scare the fuck out of you. When I think of now, I think of a question that I had a lot because I love history. Is a thing I had a lot growing up.
If God was a bitch. No? Oh, okay. That wasn't your question. Sorry.
No,
what did it feel like if I didn't have to check over my shoulder during everything? That's
grocery store, gym.
Yeah. No. The question was, like we talked about World War II. The question I always had that did not get answered till maybe decades later. The people of Germany, how did they let that shit happen? Like, what was their thing? Like, because maybe they don't claim they're Nazis. Clearly you are because you're okay. Like, they don't bother you. You go about your day. Some of you are married to them. Mm-hmm. How did a whole country get behind that level of fucking evil? And that is something not a lot of people even think about. It's a great question, though.
But wasn't Hitler's dad like a kind of like a pastor or something like that? Like he was a master of wordplay as well too. But the big lie came
Hitler
out.
himself was the one that did it.
The big lie.
But the thing is, he was this fucking guy who hated Jewish people, hated them, fucking despised them for stupid fucking reasons, which is probably why a lot of people hate other people for stupid fucking reasons. But the point was, this man convinced a whole country to turn your fucking blind eye wide, fucking commit genocide, essentially. Let me kill all these fucking people. Don't say anything. Go about your lives. Everything's good. To me, how the fuck did that happen? When none of these people had any type of eternal conscience to do anything about this or say anything about this. The reason was he planted it. It started off a lot like it is now, to where people rationalize hate. They rationalize, well, yeah, Jewish people they do cause this. They do cause this. He's right about that. They let him say that. Then they start to believe what he said. And then any ounce of empathy turned to apathy. Then some apathy turned to fucking hatred themselves. That's how that happens. Seed planted. Seed has been planted fucking here. Kids are dead. No one cares, essentially, because you just, like you said, you're saying the same shit, both sides. Same fucking bullshit. You got a defeated skeleton of a man on television saying somebody do something. You're the fucking president. I have goddamn congressmen and senators saying someone should do something. You're congressmen and fucking senators. That's you. That's what you're supposed to do.
I will do something. That's all I want to hear.
Zero. Something. Again, emphasis on something.
It's not for
anything.
political space. No, so please, Jordan.
No.
Jordan,
If I can make one small point, I think when you are aiming to join Congress or run for Congress, that is not even the uphill battle. The uphill battle is when you get in and having to actually put a bill forward and having that actually go through and pass. If it's not having anything to do with Juneteenth or black women hair, or if it has nothing to do with
that failed.
It actually passed the House.
Okay.
But if it's not specifically in where we are used as pawns in some way, like the anti-lynching bill was passed. What the fuck are we going to do with an anti-lynching bill in this day and age? What are we doing with that bill? I'm just saying it is an uphill battle to present a bill in which you will have bipartisan support. And I think specifically, and that's why I feel in some ways with Bernie Sanders in regards to him being in Congress for so long and barely passed any fucking bills, but it's an uphill battle. Right, but it's an uphill battle, specifically when you go into Congress. The job doesn't start when you win it. The job starts trying to convince folks that, hey, this bill should get bipartisan support. Unfortunately, we just don't. Go ahead, sir.
Nah, because what I said was towards that, right? And this is why I'll look. I'm gonna keep my opinions in check here, but it's what I gave DT credit for. I need more. If I need more energy coming from person top of the list,
absolutely,
to be hitting them EOs like they checks. Like he like, I'm trying to get everybody paid. I'm gonna hit an executive order every which way.
Right.
I need politicians to not be afraid to push things forward in any aggressive means.
Oh, you got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, I mean,
you got motherfuckers fighting fire with a fire extinguisher.
It's
it's like you're not.
I mean, it's just one of those things
nothing.
where I haven't
cold.
Because people. Sit up. Oh, you're listening. Because I'm gonna close out the rap sheet with something very simple. But before I get to that, Tommy.
Yes.
You highlighted with very good elegance. Actually, not elegance.
That's eloquence. Good enough. Yeah.
Elegance.
We'll take it.
I do too. Excellence.
Excellence. Blaxcellence.
There you go.
TM pops up. Look, plain and simple. We are tired. And we need to be able to articulate that for a long enough period of time to where politicians get tired. And what I mean by
they don't like being annoyed.
They don't like being annoyed. Imagine if we were still talking about George Floyd stuff today with that same energy. I'm talking, we were actually out there on them streets enough to where businesses are like, we can't function until this thing gets changed. I'm not talking about rioting, ripping shit about. No, I'm talking about actually unity, working together. Because I don't believe tearing people, innocent people's shit down solves anything. No, it only distracts from the issue.
Absolutely.
But every time you on that YouTube, are you spreading that positivity, highlighting those things that we need to actually focus on and to make that impact and change? Because the last part of the rap sheet, and I missed a lot of things here, because I know I want to make sure that I cover the second half of what we got to talk about. But I'm gonna go through some video games. Actually, I didn't mention that too much this time around, but that's still that's always one.
Combine.
You got if it ain't video games, it's the internet, which actually
Pornhub.
No, we're not gonna do that. That's okay.
Like, I mean, it's just one of those things where spring back into guns. Hey, I'm not even Second Amendment bullshit. I've always had the question. My question is, and nobody can give me a straight answer. If you are such a mentally well put together person with the means to buy these weapons, why are people so against making it difficult as high hell to get these guns? Because quite frankly, you make it difficult.
Yeah, that would do a lot.
You make it difficult. Guess what?
That cuts down on something.
And if you don't believe, look. And before you say, oh, there's so many guns out there, you start at the source. Change doesn't happen. This is the shit that you put into place now. So 10 years down the line, the supply chain stops. Fuck it. You can't hit guns, hit bullets. There's a limit. Niggas can't put together that shit.
No.
But what I mean is, shoot, I'll tell you straight up. I know if they made it a hassle on the hell to go get a weapon. I know I still wouldn't have a problem because guess what? I don't believe I'm mentally ill and got issues enough to where I wouldn't have trouble. So what am I fearing? What are y'all fearing?
Well, a mental test should be real convenient for that
shit. So the mental situation is something huge. And I'm going to try to make it quick because I don't want to, because we have like another topic to get on to
Right.
black and white people. So, the mental thing specifically, which goes into fixing the Knicks, the last two incidences prior to this, if I'm not mistaken, was the Parkland shooting and the Sutherland Spring shooting. Two issues in where both issues should have been reported, but because of the failure of the government actually reporting it, they were actually able to get those guns. If they were reported correctly, it would have been like, okay, whoa, red flag, which is another law that I really don't like, but the red flag would be like, hey, this person's mental illness or this person has mental illness specifically, we may not have this particular person purchase a gun. It goes into what I'm saying before in regards to the government having issues of actually comprehending things or complying things to actually make it safe for us. That's the reason why I go against the government in this case here. We had mental illness in the situation here with these shoot-ups, especially with this one here. Apparently the kid had a mental illness in this case here. But I'm saying specifically, the government always tends to not report shit correctly. That's the reason why I have a problem with relying a lot on the government in these situations here.
No, I mean, shoot, why is it not on your license?
Right, something to indicate, hey, this person has some mental illness.
Don't sell a gun to this motherfucker.
If you can indicate on a driver's license, hey, this person needs glasses to drive, I'm pretty sure you can indicate specifically this person has a mental illness.
Here's my thing. It's funny. Yes. My thing is anything. Literally show anything.
Yeah.
They refuse to show anything. They'll reject everything. It's no compromise. It's no nothing with this particular subject, which probably the most minimal shit will stop maybe one of these. Maybe fucking one.
It's a conversation.
It's just because people are like, what will it do? And I'm like, if you save
fuck are you
one
talking
life,
about?
If you save
England.
one life.
You want to hear a couple of fun stats, TJ? They're not fun. They're fucking awful. England had like one mass shooting. They changed their entire fucking system. When
Australia,
it came to that.
like Australia, like look. So
I have one more very, very fucked up stat.
Can we just say just to wrap it up, because the next topic is actually the one I love the most.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah. That's why you
just to say this specifically.
Right.
Come to the table and willing to have patience to have conversations that don't just end in one day. Those type of conversations have to happen numerous amount of times until we can able to comprehend and be able to meet in the middle and say, this is what we can do.
It has to be counted.
We tried, and if something happens like this again, which I hope it doesn't, if
will.
a bill passed, then we can say, you know what, we tried that. Let's come to the table again. We are able to try before. Let's try something else. That's what we're trying to say in this case here.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Try it. See if it doesn't work.
Right, man.
Just get something through, because quite frankly, doing nothing hasn't worked.
Exactly.
But I gotta keep.
Gotta
keep it schmoving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up like this, right? Outside of just spreading the positivity note, outside of doing all that dip and jazz, doing nothing ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
No.
Like, don't talk about it.
Any and everybody.
And quite frankly, I'm at the point to where and I mean this wholeheartedly, if they don't want to change gun laws, someone put it very simple. Government should, people shouldn't be afraid of their government. The government should be afraid of people. And I said,
a militia.
And I said, cool. I don't mean a militia. I just said, fine. If y'all want to play this game, I hate the idea of owning weaponry. It's not my thing.
Mine either.
But now I said, fuck it. Every minority got to be out there.
I was about to say, we can make a big difference
weapons.
with that one.
I'm talking every minority. Oh my goodness. If every community.
It'll go one or two ways. Either every white person has a gun, or they make a change to the law.
And that's what I said.
One of the two.
And I'm like,
because we're the reason they got the guns in the first guy. Again, boil it down.
I bet you they start changing when minorities start arming up. I bet you then they'll start changing them gun laws.
No, they will change them
I mean,
quickly.
that's why I said.
Come to the table at the very least.
Shoot, we'll be out the cookout all loaded up. Like, I'm good. Yeah. I will play that game. But
that's
I said,
what it takes.
I promised myself, I said, I'm going to be preaching that if shit don't change. I'm going to be like, okay, fine. Get the communities. Everybody can legally own it. Like, I'm talking
to go to Fifth Ward and get everybody registered.
I'm like, hey, cool. I'll do sponsorships. I'll be like, shoot, hit me up. I got dollars. I'll share. Because if you want to play that game, That's where you want to take it.
Absolutely.
It's not because I love
reasoning
weaponry.
behind
I
it.
hate the idea that we have to rely on guns in order. That's some shit that you'll see in Africa, and they've got to figure it out. So I'm sitting there,
Seems like
cool.
every country has it figured out.
So I'm like, cool, fine. Then all my Hispanic brothers and sisters, get some guns. Asian brothers and sisters,
Minorities, get some guns.
black people, get some guns because fine. I want if you don't like if they want us to support that Second Amendment, let's do it overarching. Just as much as we fight for freedom of speech, I'm gonna
we
be
gonna
like,
do it. We gonna do it.
You can't take away my Second Amendment right. Oh no,
You
sorry,
can't.
no, you can't because
do it.
this is where I live. So everybody, if that's the game you want to play, then let's play it.
Right.
But we gotta see change. We gotta do something. Man.
We don't want to do that. Like,
And I know. Now look, okay.
Lighter note.
I'm
well, no, you got your final fucking say. Let me finish.
Tommy, I can't tell with you, dog. You have been going.
I have a lot to say.
I'm not trying to stop you. I'm just
You're censoring me right now.
not.
You're not. I'm sorry. That was extreme.
Yeah, that hurt.
I apologize. No, I'll wrap mine up real quick. The stat that I was going to say that depresses the fuck out of me is that car accidents are no longer the leading death of children. It's now gunfire.
CDC updated it
Yeah,
today.
they updated that today. That's a fucking embarrassing, terrible, humiliating. Anyone who sees that stat and is an
Good, dirty,
American
bad
should feel like the worst fucking person ever for letting that happen. It goes for all of us. Stop that shit. That's something we can if we can't do that, we're hopeless.
You got
And
T-minus.
then you really should be done. But okay, I'm sorry. On that point, that was the point I was going to make. Yeah, all colored people get guns. It'll scare the fuck out of
Scare
them.
'em.
Same with abortions. Interracial shit, abortion will be legal like that.
Speaking of interracial,
Speaking of interracial,
Oh, segue.
I got to keep us moving, dog.
Keep us moving. I'm sorry.
Damn, I don't want to keep this one quick, but I'm gonna have to.
We're gonna have to speed it along.
I'm gonna have to speed it up.
Yeah, it's fine.
But check it. TLDR, we about 6 months away. I'm gonna give it some time. We about a few months away before I start sponsoring AR-15 jerseys and getting people rapping. I'm gonna go to the community. I'm gonna hand out, be like, you get some lemonade and a weapon, cause quite frankly, we gonna like legally not doing anything crazy. I'm not talking about moving.
No, it's not illegal
just
at all.
doing all right
By the law that you wrote.
Want us to, I'm gonna actually finally enact my right to bear an arm
law
against this
that
apparent
you
government.
wrote,
But
yeah.
you know what? The thing that actually, this isn't the crunk. You gonna see me today. So let me take it to this black screen, this beautiful black screen, black's a beautiful color. And I'll just transition this into the next subject real quick.
There you go.
nigga.
Damn, I kept that shit on the black screen for a while. But hey, I'm not gonna do the usual advert I do in the middle because I don't feel like it's appropriate for today's subject.
No, not at all.
I'll foot the bill on that one. So keeping it moving. Let's have a little more fun.
I feel like this should have been a longer subject.
I still want this.
And ivory, we're together in perfect harmony.
I was telling him this is gonna be a part 2 to this already.
Yeah, I kind of have to. Damn it, I might have to. I might have to beg Mr. Gonzalez to let us slide back.
We
in
could
here
just
next
roll
week.
up in here. And
Beg him. It's your show.
There's still a schedule. There's still a rotation.
He ain't using
the
it.
Blaxcellence does have they have Mossy Menos too. They got issues too.
I get it.
And I'm certain. And there's no mods in the chat. I don't even think we have mods. It was me. My bad. I have to look at the chat and approve comments. So my bad, Chris Jones. Don't worry. We see you. But check it. So, in trending topics and this one is black trending.
This is
fortified.
It's black centric.
There's a certain child of an athlete that's out
Popular
there
athlete.
getting a little attention. Just a lot of attention.
Not good attention.
Not good intention.
Which you shouldn't.
Attention.
Shouldn't be the case. Yeah.
Attention on something that's so wild.
This is ingrained. Like we were tiptoeing around Kevin Samuels.
I ain't gonna tiptoe.
I feel like this is around the same.
Yeah, I gotta be.
We're in the same valley.
I got to be careful.
Gotta be careful.
We gotta be careful. So, tell me,
Yeah.
you might give me some light on this
I
topic
sure
while I
do
pull it
because
up.
I'm the one who wanted to talk about this. So I think it was last week. A whole big, hullabaloo came about when LeBron James posted. You saw the okay when he posted his son's prom pics with his date, and his daughter accidentally got into one shot that has become a meme. So Bronny, terrible nickname, his date is the whitest white girl in the world.
And they're going to keep calling and trying, and you say white girl. When you get home, he's going to leave your ass for a white girl.
I mean, look.
And motherfuckers, people have turned on this young man unapologetically.
It's the brother, the Muslim brother in Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace.
Where he's like, I'm all for the brothers and sisters and stuff. And he's like, excuse me, my brother, sister, can you tap that white woman behind you? It's like that. That to me, seeing that picture, I don't have a thing with it. I mean, it's interracial, but it goes into a question though to me. Do you have validation to speak on rights like black rights, but your significant other is white? Like that question tends to pop up quite a bit for us.
Have you ever seen the 60s?
Right. I'm just saying that question comes up a lot.
There's a whole lot of predominant black figures who,
But I will say this, and I don't know about you, but in my experience with some white people is when we date them, do we have to run into an issue of, hey, babe, so what does AAVE mean? Hey, babe, what does booty do mean? Why do black people wear so much cocoa butter? Like what is so significant about cocoa butter?
I can answer somewhat.
No, but I'm just saying, do you run into those things when you do tend to date a white person? Do they ask you those type of questions?
I want to extend it a little bit past just white people.
Okay. I mean,
actually, no, fuck that. Actually, let's be real here.
Yeah,
other groups
we don't tiptoe around.
Yeah,
let's not.
It's just about dating white people.
It is about dating white.
Yeah, okay, so check it.
It's what this is.
So to answer your question, Jordan. Now, okay, so I guess I have to be real here.
Guess what this is?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and tiptoe around this.
No tiptoe.
He's on that line.
On that line. You don't tiptoe.
He's speaking on both sides at this particular point.
I gotta be like,
No, none of that. You've earned the right to be honest.
I've earned the right to be honest. So, I have never, like, the relationship I'm in now is the first actual, like, girlfriend title.
We noticed
Yeah. Tommy knows. And
two different TJs.
I mean, the pandemic had to come.
Right.
God had to say the world's ending, and that's what it took for me to get into a relationship.
Right.
So at the time, pick two in my position, whatever. Right. But I've dated plenty of women out there, all different colors, shapes, sizes. I'm all about.
He don't discriminate. He loves them all.
I'm all about the vibe. Right. And one girl I was with for a little bit, for a hot minute. She was mixed with half Pakistani, half white. So I saw a girl like that, and then I went into a Latino girl out like that was just I've dated around.
Right.
Playing the field.
And I say, and of course, been on dates with black women too. All different types. I tell people all the time, it's like, why like it don't. Have you ever heard me sound like I ain't for the culture? Have you ever?
You have a whole fucking show about it.
I've never even heard you say you're not for the culture. I've never heard you say.
Yeah, has it ever come across that I'm unapologetically un-African American? No. Now, don't get it twisted. Every black person on this country has to code switch. We know that. But
hello,
I'm switching.
There you go.
But no, it's like. Yeah, Ricardo, just like you can't tiptoe. No, I can't. And I'll be telling people, right, like, especially with this subject, it don't make me like black women any less just because I'm currently seeing someone who's of a different ethnicity.
Absolutely. Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't. My fundamental fact isn't the fact that I don't want to date someone for their color. I go to your point, Jordan. I like to date people who let me be unapologetically African American. And if you can support that, that's the important part. And yes, it requires challenging conversations if you're with them for quite a bit of time. But quite frankly,
which if they're about it shouldn't be
like who you see shouldn't define who you are. That's bullshit.
No, that's limiting yourself.
I think I've run into an issue to where us as black people, or just black men, I'll just say black people in generally, we have to be the one that has to be the bigger person all the time, right? It comes into, we have to work hard to make sure that for some odd reason, when we get around white people, we have to make that they're comfortable around us. They can't be uncomfortable around us. We can't give out weird vibes. And it's just like, no, that's just me being unapologetically black. That's who I am. But for some odd reason, we have to make them feel comfortable. And at this particular age, I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. I'm not fighting that feeling of, I have to regress myself to make you comfortable.
No, and I mean,
because you don't know how to interact with white people, black people.
Okay, like because I said, me and Tommy have had a conversation where it's like, don't get twisted. It is hard.
Hello?
To be with someone who you got to explain things to.
Yes.
Because it's tiring. Jordan ain't wrong. Like, trust me, I had a point where I'm like, this should be common sense. Just date me, and if I can be myself around you, that's cool.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
That's why it tends to be POCs who I've been with the most. Like, to be honest, not just black women, but people of color.
Yeah.
But once again, you like who you like.
Absolutely.
And if that person is willing to accept you for everything that you are, because quite frankly, it don't matter the color. People put on airs for any relationship they're in. So don't act like, oh, why are you dating this person? You can't be yourself. You can't be yourself. People.
That's in general.
That's in general.
That's fucking in general.
No.
That's a big issue.
But relationship.
No, talking about love does have color. Love is all I'm a person who's like, yo, acknowledge and understand what their color is, and understand their cultures and their thing. That's all it's about. Because tell people, it's like the moment you start to put barriers about who you like and who you like, it's the same reason as like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. Like, you can't call out other people who say, I won't date black women. I won't date this particular minority. I have a
preference.
Thank you.
That's that word.
Preference.
Yeah, I have a big problem with that fucking word.
That's a problem.
I have a problem with that word.
Bucketing each other in our own pockets.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's not what MLK said. I want little black boys, little white girls. I was like, I want to hold hand in hand with people, right? But Tommy, we've had that. We were outside this apartment complex talking about this.
We have, yes, and it does get annoying.
You like that snow bunny, don't you? Okay.
I like all bunnies. Chocolate bunnies, the caramel bunnies.
Easter bunnies. He like them. He like them all.
I like them all. And the thing is, it's a certain type of woman I like of every race. It's a certain type of black woman that I like. It's a certain type of Asian woman that I like. Certain type of white woman, et cetera, et cetera.
But built like a bowl of grits at the end of the day.
It helps.
I know.
Trust me. My flavor is you gonna know what I date. It don't matter the color really.
No, it doesn't.
I can't.
There are other things that are far more important than the
something.
color.
I'm kidding. I did all of it.
Yeah, but it's but that's the thing.
Jordan like that.
Whoa. Go Tommy. I was like, what? What? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I know. It took a bit. Go ahead. What you say?
I don't even remember. No. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. It's every particular type. Currently, I'm seeing someone who is Caucasian, very Caucasian, the blonde, the hair. So I'm going to play devil's advocate because I know we have female viewers. Some may be black.
Hey.
I saw a video on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It was a black woman, but she was, well-versed, well-studied, researched her shit. Mm-hmm. This kind of bleeds into the whole perception of beauty thing also, to what the golden ratio is. Kevin Samuels once said, mostly fits white women, right? Mm-hmm. It's always been, from the beginning of time, blonde hair, blue eyes, that's
absolutely
supposedly the definition of it. You don't think that was going to bleed over into our shit too? It was, especially with minorities sometimes. It bleeds into that.
I don't pick one flavor of ice cream, dog.
No. Consciously, you might not. This is a subconscious thing. Mm-hmm. And subconscious for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Most everyone, honestly.
Yeah, how do I describe it? That's why if I'm dating someone else, I don't think you quite understand. I'll be sitting there, I'm like, man, just, it really truly is a subconscious thing to where you're like, cool.
You don't realize
women.
it.
Yeah, it's like,
you don't realize it at all.
Back, you're like, oh shit.
It's like
and you're just like, and it's like
my subconscious is trying to get some type of balance and justice. you know what I mean?
It's like
it's a father that would not like what I'm doing right now to his daughter, and that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, in some ways, as a black person, when you are involved with someone who's white, it's a little extra to it. It just is.
You have to. It's again the fight of making them comfortable around,
making them being patient, making them and all those things. And usually you're okay with it if you like the person. You see that
you're willing to deal with it.
You're willing to deal with it.
But I also feel like, and so maybe mine was a little bit different, right? Because I feel like I kind of just stopped the games. I come in on day one, and you know what? There's this one girl who I dated. Red hair, white, just straight up. And I was like, look, she asked me date. She was like, date one. She says, your family, they ain't a white woman. How's that gonna be? You seen them? I'm like, my family, my mom straight up says, she's like, I don't care who you see. I want pretty grandchildren. And I challenged her and I said, cool, let's look this crib. What about you? She's like, and?
Right. I don't know what that means.
No, she's like, no. She's like,
I could just say, and in regards to, it doesn't matter to my family. They don't really care.
But it's like, yo, but it's one of those things where you just like, I stopped like running. I don't run away from the conversation. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be me all throughout.
Exactly.
Like, shoot, I've put many a girl in an awkward position because y'all know me. I'm very slippy with the certain word in this English dictionary, and I'll be like, yo. Like you come to my crib. I'm gonna bring you home. Like I think that's the tricky part, right? Like you don't bring someone home early, but like I brought my current girlfriend home, and she was like, "Wow!" Like I was like, "No, like you go." Like I told my family to keep it $150. Don't switch up the script.
Exactly.
The fact if you feel uncomfortable, she never did. She wasn't that. She was there was different things that she was like, "Wow!" Like it's so cool to see just like how serious of topics you're able to engage with like. All your like nieces and nephews and stuff like that. And I'm like, because I have to.
Right.
But she was just like, yo, you know, I appreciate that you're just being authentic. Mm-hmm. And I tell her all the time, it's like the reason I'm with my significant other that I am right now is because I am able to be as real as I can be and not compromise on that.
Absolutely.
And learn about the perspective of another culture because all the girls that I've dated have brought me a new perspective in my life. And it's really about like, look, toxicity really gonna come from any color.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
Ugly people gonna come from any color. Not ugly like outside, ugly inside. And Chris Jones says I dated a white woman for 3 days. It was the worst 3 days. They ain't all that bad, all right?
Oh, Jesus.
Let's not generalize now. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for coming in. Let's not do that. That's not gonna solve our problem.
We gave a lot of generalizations ourselves.
But bringing it back to Bronny. I mean, he's 17 and it's prom, y'all. Like, let him go to prom. It's a day. It's one day.
Shit, man. Like,
you let him understand and see and make his own
And plus, this is a different generation.
Wait.
Regardless.
Would it be an issue if he grew up to be like his dad, marry his high school sweetheart?
Oh, that rarely happens, though.
But I'm just saying, what if that happens? Are we going to still give him grief for doing that?
I would never give this kid grief.
I'm just saying, are they going to still give him grief?
Have you not checked the NFL and the NBA? Like, that's very common.
I'm just saying, are we still going to give the kid grief if he marries this young girl and live happily ever after? That's the question.
Some people might.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't give them grief for this.
Because quite frankly, people have this shit trending over the topic we were talking before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do it. But look, plain and simple, just we have this tendency in our culture to shame, and we shame other people for everything. My gosh,
A lot of stuff's not good.
If somebody is treating a black man, a black woman, and let's be real here. It mainly like this one is actually on black men dating black women. Let's not beat around the bush here. Yeah, black men dating white women.
Keep it real here.
Keep it real here. That's where the real stigma comes from. And I'm just like, yo, like. If someone's getting treated right in the community, I'm just plus up to them. Have you have a partner who's boosting you,
absolutely,
and is out there? And don't like I do be checking. Don't culture absorb. Don't be in a partner who be out there like, Start off day 1 high, start off day 75. Yo, what's up? No, like no.
You're not that comfortable.
No, we're not that comfortable. But you can respect another party's culture, even divulge and get enveloped, especially
people
if
who
you're bringing
can
two
do
parties
that.
together and have a conversation. And
Absolutely.
then also, like, if you don't have the patience or the ability to navigate those types of relationships, you don't really have to. I just have a thing with being like, yo, why are we shaming this 17-year-old for who he went to prom with?
Right.
No shit.
Let him be him.
Again, a 17-year-old of Gen Z, which they find that shit less and less important. Like, let them be. Stop with this shit. Anyone who suggests that, I have a suggestion for them. Why don't you try dating someone who's not of your race? Why don't you do that,
I've done that.
instead of
I've done
on
that.
people who do? You know?
I've actually done that, and it's what I was alluding to earlier in regards to sometimes it's a work to having to have those conversations with people that are not of your race, right? It's hey, what's AAVE? What's booty do me? Shit like that. Why do why is it the cocoa butter so significant within Black community? I'm just.
I hope that wasn't all in one conversation.
No.
I would have been overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I would have been
overwhelmed. Like,
that
baby,
would have been much.
let's go to bed and just talk this over Denny's or something like that.
Watch the show.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, can we watch Real Housewives?
Okay.
Are you the one?
So, but it's just, in some ways, it is the work in regards to having those conversations. I've been in scenarios where someone I've known for quite a long time who became a different person overnight once they got with someone of their same race, right? They were uncomfortable around me, but they were very comfortable around that particular person, right? They even said that I was uncomfortable and gave them weird vibes, and they also said I was intimidating at times, specifically.
You are dark skinned.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
the conversation that is, I'm willing to date outside of my race. I love anybody. I really don't give a shit. But it's prevalent to me when I date a white person or if I'm trying to see a white person, is having that one experience there. It just makes me turn off. Like, I don't want to date outside of my race other than a Black or Latino woman or a black.
That's what. Let me help you out here. Never be the first one.
Yeah,
I know. I get it.
Save yourself
That
the
is
groundwork.
true.
Trust me.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want
I
that.
get that.
I ain't trying. Like, you want to talk about? I'm Mr. Oh shoot, you have it. No. Don't trust the girls who say I only date Black men. That doesn't help your case.
No. That's a different
case.
episode. That's a different episode. They need their own episode.
No, that's also sketchy. I can't trust you.
Yeah, no, I don't trust that at all.
I know.
But, actually, I will be 100% honest here that the demographic that is outside of African American that I have dated the most isn't white. It's actually usually like Indian, Middle Eastern, those sorts of
East Asian.
I don't know what happened. I was like, damn, I don't know why y'all like me, but I was like, oh, whatever, we vibing.
Ray J.
And there are a lot of oh my God, there's so many nuances of things you have to go through, because that's a totally different dynamic than when you're dating.
It's different,
a white,
with any culture.
Yeah, with any culture, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, look, like for me, right? It's just like, yo, you know what? A lot of these girls, I have the opposite experience. For a lot of these girls, they're just like, nah, like,
I don't care.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
it's about you, right?
Right.
And I mean, it's one of those things where my current girlfriend, when things were happening on the streets out here for Black people, she hit the streets faster than most.
Yeah.
Not because she was like, I have to because I'm dating a Black man. She says, I need to be there because I am.
But there may be a small percentage of her saying I need to do that because wouldn't it be kind of fucked up if I'm dating a Black man and the Black man, I'm not in the streets with this Black man as well?
No, because it was during, I remember it too. I said, look, you ain't got to go to these streets. COVID time, I'm not trying to bring that into the crib. I'm high risk, whatever. She said, no, I can't. I literally cannot.
Have to. I knew
because quite
white
frankly,
women that did this. Exactly.
She for the struggle.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't just white women. Latinas.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
And it's like, yo,
the
look.
real came out for that one.
And it's like the real, right?
The real.
And I don't need you sitting there being like wearing fist up shirts and shit.
Don't need any of
just just literally, like, if you like somebody, and if they're willing to, it's not about the work you have to put into them. They're willing to put in the work for you too. Two-way street.
Absolutely.
One of the best things I ever saw was on Reddit, and it was a woman wearing a shirt that said, "If you can take a black dick, then you could protect black lives." It was very blunt. Super blunt.
Hey, it's the Blaxcellence Podcast. We out. Dun, dun. Hold on, I got that. Goodbye.
I'm just saying that's what it was. It was on the handmade T-shirt she had made.
But not for reals. It's like, yo,
he's looking it up.
I can't even with that. Actually, that's a lot.
There was a lot.
Nah,
sorry to do that to you.
Because I don't want to do this topic not justice, and I definitely want to dive into it. But Lord knows that we had like 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
I want to be fair.
We could part two it.
We could part two this. And let's get some closing thoughts real quick on this one right here, because at the end of the day, it's simple. Take all the context out. It's prom. You ask someone out.
It's fine.
It's just one date. 9 times out of 10, your prom date, it ain't the person you end up with, right?
Yeah.
Like, so just let the kid go to prom.
Let him breathe.
Let him breathe.
He's a child.
Let a nigga live. That's it.
Go.
Let a young nigga live.
Leave him be.
Let him be.
Yeah.
And ladies, lovely black queens out there.
White men will love you.
Yeah.
Give them a chance.
And there are, like, I'm just saying,
any race,
just support seeing our young brothers, like not doing stupid shit. There's a lot of worse shit that we could be focusing on that black people, that our culture be in charge of.
Absolutely.
So I have a lot of nuances that I definitely want to dive into the subject that we can't cover. But for y'all in the same vein of let them live.
Oh, absolutely. My whole thing is, look, to be honest, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, if racism is an issue for you, it's one of two ways. It can actually end. One, everyone wises up and stops with the dumb shit and it's like, oh yeah, color doesn't matter, everyone's the same. Or you could fuck racism away and just, as Neil Brennan said, breed people that you don't know what the fuck they are. Racism over. So Bronny's just doing his part to end racism.
I mean, why can't we be like, there would be no borders if we were at, if we had a point in time where every time your baby came on, you're like, I don't know
what's happening there. Your hair's crazy, but yeah.
23andMe.
Yeah, we're 23andMe.
We can't do it.
Yeah, it don't mean shit to us.
It means not a goddamn thing.
I just want to hit that.
It loses track after 1866. We don't know what the fuck's going on.
Jordan, you.
Just let the kid be. I think that's pretty simplistic. Let the kid be. This is not a forever situation. He's just being happy, being himself, and he decided, hey, I wanted to ask her out on prom, and just let him be happy. Why are we trying to subdue or rain on his parade? Just let him be.
And I mean, look, like, that's a really cute picture.
It's a great prom picture.
It's a cute prom picture.
Two
Cloak and dagger.
Cloak and dagger, baby.
I wasn't expecting it, but yeah.
I mean, look, hey, we love. Date who you want to date. Love
date who
people.
you want to date. And if you're not, expand your horizons.
My brother, it don't matter if you're black or white.
Michael said it.
Yeah, except don't change yourself like that. Like, just
don't change you. Yeah.
He has reverse vitiligo, okay?
Reverse revitiligo, baby. But no, all right. So, guys, we are closing out this fantastic episode of the Blaxcellence Podcast. We couldn't get it. We were crunk on a subject that we needed to talk about.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm okay that we spend the majority of the time with that. But protect the kids.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Love is love.
Yeah.
And if you need your daily dose of black excellence, then please check out the Blaxcellence Podcast. Love all y'all out there. Thank you so much for the support and the vibes. If you got some time, check us out on all the forms of social media. We got a Vamanos, but we will be around pretty soon, and I'll make a little convincing. Maybe one of the next shows within the next week or so will be in another. You said maybe not. Will be another one of these Blaxcellence Podcasts where we could get into the real stuff.
Oh no, I said maybe so.
Oh, I was like,
yeah, no.
You said maybe not.
I love this. I can tell we have a litany of subjects to talk about.
Hell yeah, Chris Jones. Peace and hair grease. We out.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, time out. Do I play the intro?
Fuck it. No.
Lady.
North Carolina.